All right, shalom, shalom. Hey, let's do a sound check real quick in the chat. If anybody's on the chat, give us a 7. Okay, there we go. We hear it now. So all praise to the Most High. So I'm gonna bring that precept one more time, because I know y'all didn't hear anything. But this is a self-reflective lesson, right? So don't listen to this lesson and think this brother over here needs to hear this, or this sister over here needs to hear this. Everything we go over today, you need to reflect on it for yourself. I'm gonna be up here reflecting, right? As the brother teaching, I'm gonna be taking notes. I got my highlighters, and I'm gonna be reflecting. So we should all have that spirit, right? And let's read that one more time, Adawan. Joshua 1:8.
Con. This is the book of Joshua, chapter 1 and verse 8. This is the book of the law. Salakia. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein.
So if we pay attention, it says we're supposed to meditate in it day and night. And we talk about this all the time. But why are we meditating on it? So that we can do it, right? We're not meditating on it just to remember it. We're not meditating on it so we can cut somebody later. We're meditating on it so that we can do it. Go ahead.
For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success.
And once we've completed that process and we are learning to do the things that the Most High asks us to do, keep the Sabbath day, right? Reflect on, make sure that we in the faith, things like that. Once we complete that process, then we will be prosperous. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over to the brother. We appreciate y'all for watching. Go ahead and get your ass. Shalom.
All right, Khan, all praise to the Most High. You got something real quick? Okay, Khan. All right, so, hey, just to let y'all know, we are live on Facebook as well. We'll start doing some of our classes simultaneously on Facebook and YouTube. So get on the Facebook, hit it with a few likes, man. Share it on your social media platforms and the whole nine. So today's class is called the Half-Ass Israelite. If you are offended at the title of this lesson, you're going to be offended at the class. So it is what it is. All right. So Tico, you got those definitions I told you to get. Let me get that first one. All right, let's get that first one. So let's read 1 Timothy 4 and 14. Huh? Presbytery. It's in the text. Oh, you ain't see it? My bad. My bad. Yeah, look up those 3 words. I need that first one first. All right. I need that first definition first. We're going to go over some definitions today. All right. Of some certain words that we read in the scriptures that we might not understand. All right. Remember, you know that feeling when you first come into the truth, how you feel finding out you're an Israelite, finding out that the whole Bible is really talking about you. The best thing for me that I found out, because I had a lot of trouble with this. I had a lot of trouble being what you would call a pro-black brother, hearing that the people who did all this stuff to my people was going to the same heaven I was going to. That didn't make no sense to me. And then in turn, reading that God is a just God, that kind of bothered me a little bit. It didn't make any sense, right? But then when you read the scriptures, you find out that this whole Bible was about you, and people actually have to pay for the things that they did to your ancestors, right? And you was going to have a comeback story. That excitement, man, that was a feeling that you can't really, it's hard to chase again when you lose that feeling, right? It's like the people you see on the corners, they trying to chase that first high that they got. That's the only reason they still doing it. They trying to get that first feeling that they had before, right? And it's the same thing we doing. We try to get that first feeling, right? But sometimes we got to be honest with ourselves, because we be the ones blocking that feeling for ourselves, right? By not being honest. So this class is, once again, it's called the Half-Ass Israelite. Get your notebooks out, get your pen out, all right? Take notes and reflect, because that's what I had to do in writing this lesson, all right? So let's start there. Let me get that in 1 Timothy.
It's the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 4 and verse 14. Neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy, with the laying on of hands of the presbytery.
All right, so the first thing it said is neglect not the gift that is in thee. You might have a talent that will be a gift from God, right? You might have certain gifts to persuade people, bring people into the fold. You might have the gift. That gift might just be the gift of finding out that you're an Israelite, that you got to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments so you don't get destroyed. Right? The scriptures say, neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy with the laying on of the hands of the presbytery. Now, real quick, I'm gonna ask somebody in the crowd. Tico, one of them mics you can pass to anybody who wants to answer the question. Just turn it on at the bottom. All right, anybody want to answer the question? What does the word presbytery mean? Anybody? What does the word presbytery mean? Don't nobody got an idea? I didn't either. All right. So let's pull that up on the screen real quick, Tico. It got something to do with that. It got something to do with it. That's why they call themselves Presbyterians. But it made me sick why they call themselves that. We go exactly. Right. See? Right. Now watch this. Pull that up on the screen. All right. Blow it up to about 200 so everybody can see it. All right. We're going to wait for them to on up for us real quick. All right, Con. There we go. All right. So, yeah, he got the same one I got. All right, Tico, read that definition for me.
Con, this is the definition for presbytery. A body of church elders and ministers, especially in the Presbyterian churches, an administrative body / court representing all the local congregations of a district.
So, the presbytery is a body of church elders and ministers. We're going to scratch the others part because we know the Presbyterian church ain't worth a doggone, right? But it's the body of a church elders and ministers. Everybody that you see on this stage, including the other captains, the officers, we were given the gift of leadership from the presbytery, people who was over us, elders that was above us, right? And even the elders that are above them, we talk to them and they agree with the decision that was made to make us leaders, right? Now, the scriptures say neglect not the gift, right? Let's get the word negligent next. Let's get the word negligent next. Let's see what that means. Pull that word up real quick. All right. Go ahead and blow that up and then read that form when you're ready.
This is the book. This is negligent. The word negligent means failing to take proper care in doing something.
Failure to take proper care in doing something. Now, go to the synonyms real quick. Let's read some of those.
Con. A synonym would be careless, failing to take proper care, remiss, neglectful, lax.
Ooh, that's a word, lax.
Irresponsible, inattentive, heedless, thoughtless, unmindful, forgetful, slack, sloppy, slapdash, slipshod.
What kind of words are these?
Hey, it's some real words.
we just gonna leave that there. Type of words is Esau coming up with?
Baratrous.
All right. Now we gotta define them words now. Like, come on, right? Let's read some of them. Careless, neglectful, lax, irresponsible, inattentive, heedless, thoughtless, unmindful, forgetful, slack, and sloppy. Right? And let's read that precept again.
1 Timothy chapter 4 and 14. Neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy with the laying on of hands of the presbytery.
So we can't neglect. We can't be lax, right? We can't be careless, neglectful, forgetful, slack, unmindful, unattentive of the gift that is in thee, which is given thee by the presbytery. Right? Now, so when you come into this camp, when you come into the truth and you get under eldership of some way, shape, or form, and they give you responsibility, you can't be lax concerning that thing, right? But the half-ass Israelite, number one, the half-ass Israelite is negligent. The half-ass Israelite is negligent, right? They neglect his or her duties, right? He will neglect the half-ass Israelite man neglects his first ministry, which is at home. He rejects his wife, his kids, right? He rejects self-reflection and accountability. And in turn, he ends up neglecting the work of the Lord, right? And we see that all throughout Israel, which is why this class is being written, right? The half-assed Israelite woman rejects her husband and her children, only worried about her wants and needs, neglects herself, right? Neglects what the Lord taught her that she's responsible for, right? You got something? Go ahead.
Yeah, that's a good point that you're bringing out, because a lot of people of today's time, they like to watch social media, and that's plagued with these type of people that you're talking about. And they emulate those individuals and trying to act just like them on the social media platforms. So take heed to what Captain Judah is saying.
Come on. All right, so the first characteristic of the half-assed Israelite is negligent, neglectful, right? Oh, you see on the title. Oh, I don't feel like it today. I gotta go to camp. Nah, I'm all right. Or this feast day, nah. Or but that big feast, where that food gonna be at, I'm there. You know what I'm saying? Or donating to the body, nah. But I'm gonna be the first one complaining when something ain't right, right? What else? Sisters groups. It's only once a week. I ain't gonna be there. I got something to do. And I'm gonna be real with you. We be knowing half y'all don't be having nothing to do. Y'all just don't want to do it. And I be telling people all the time, I would not kick you out the camp if you just said that. I'll think about it. We're gonna think about you later. I'm watching you now. But let's just be real. I'll take that. I'll kick a brother out who's lying to me before I kick a brother out who say, yo, I just don't want to be there. Just tell me straight. You know what I'm saying? We probably gonna get you up out of here anyway. Let's keep it real. Like you gonna be up out of here anyway. But you gonna have some respect at least. You know what I'm saying? All right. The half-ass Israelite is selfish, right? Give me Philippians 2:19. The half-ass Israelite is selfish, not worried about the body, not worried about the congregation, only worried about their wants and their needs. We got a lot of them. Read that out of one.
Khan, this is the book of Philippians, chapter 2, and verse 19. But I trust in the Lord Yahushua to send Timotheus shortly unto you, that I also may be found of good comfort when I know your state. For I have no man like-minded who will naturally care for your state.
Calm. Now, this is Paul speaking about sending Timothy over the body, right? And he's saying he doesn't trust anyone else to care for the state of the flock but Timothy, right? Keep going.
Khan, verse 21. For all seek their own, not the things which are Yahushua Hamashiach's.
Right. Because everybody else cares about themselves. They only care about what they got going on in their life, the things that they want, the things that they want to do. So when it comes to doing the work of the Lord, coming to class, when it comes to going to camp, when it comes to helping with feast days, comes to volunteering, cleaning the school or cleaning the neighborhood, whatever else may be like that we've got planned. When it comes to involved to doing a fly mission, they always got something else to do because they're only worried about themselves. And there's a major characteristic about these types of people. When somebody comes up and asks you, what y'all about? They be the first one talking. Every time. They the first one talking. Right? And I'm going all over the place now because this was later in the class. But that's a characteristic about this person. Right? When it comes to doing something within the body, doing something for the body, doing something for the truth, they always got something else to do. They always have an excuse. They always, well, I'd rather do this or I'd rather do that, or I don't feel like it, but be the first one ready to talk when it's time to explain what y'all are about. If you ain't doing nothing, what are you talking for? Why do you get to explain what we about and you not about what we about? Give me Amos 3:3.
Hey, Salaki, and real quick, that also is because people have gotten comfortable with saying things that's not true to their spirit because they know nobody gonna call them out in that moment. If you was afraid that somebody was gonna call you out in that moment and say, brother, you the last one that should be speaking, then they would not open their mouth in that manner.
That's right.
Come on, man. Come on. Right? So, like I was saying, right? How you talking and you ain't about what we about? Because if you was about what we was about, you would be doing something. Go ahead, read that.
This is the book of Amos chapter 3 and verse 3. Can two walk together except they be agreed?
Can two walk together except they be agreed? How you gonna represent us about what we about what we doing, and you ain't never walking with us when it's time to do the work? But then we see you doing everything that you want to do every other time. When it's something that you can capitalize off of, when it's something that you can do to make you look good, you there. But when it's time to do the simple stuff that ain't nobody gonna get no glory out of, just coming to class and studying, I don't get no gratification out of that. I don't get my name ain't getting, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't coming. This is what niggas do. And this is what a half-ass Israelite does. Right? Give me Philippians 2 and 4, other one. If you get something, he can get. Oh, you already there. Go ahead, other one.
This is the book of Philippians, chapter 2 and verse 4. Look not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others.
Right, man. That's how you everybody wants to be a leader. Everybody wants to be a leader, right? Everybody wants to come into the camp. I'm gonna be an officer within 6 days. I'm gonna be an officer. I'm gonna be a captain within 2 months. I'm ready, right? But not knowing this is a full-time job. You gotta take care of your kids. Gotta take care of your wife. You gotta be available when brothers need you. Available when sisters need you. You gotta be available when the elders need you. You gotta be available for your own friends that you got. Right? You got to be available when a random brother or sister just reaches out in your inbox that might have been watching you for a little minute and they feel like they need some exhortation, right? When bills got to be paid, we got a school now, right? So I seen a pastor say this, and that's the only thing I actually agree with out of everything he said. But when bills got to be paid, bills got to be paid. Somebody got to pay it. Guess who's the main one going to be paying it? It's the leaders. The leaders got to do it, right? Regardless of what happens for us to have a functioning congregation, these are all the things that has to happen. Council has to happen. You got to do all of these different things to be a leader, right? But what if everybody in the congregation was only worried about themselves? What if everybody was only worried about themselves, what they need, no matter what the ministry need or anybody else in the ministry, or regardless of what happens to the ministry? What if they was only worried about them? What would the ministry be? Right? So, in my opinion, Israel has turned into a bunch of whiners and complainers, just selfish. Well, Israel don't do this and Israel don't do that. And, oh, but this is what I don't like about. Well, okay, well, if you're not doing anything to help, you are disqualified from the conversation. Why are you talking? You're disqualified from the conversation. Go ahead, I don't want.
Hey, read that again, what you just read.
In Philippians 2:4?
No, the one he read.
Amos 3 and 3?
Yeah.
Come on.
Captain Judah is making a very mighty point here, and that we all need to take heed, especially the soldiers, first officers, and all the captains, because we are the leadership of the camp, right? But this is very important. Read that again.
It's the book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 3. Can two walk together except they be agreed?
Can two walk together except they be agreed? All of us, that's saying one thing, that we all should be on the same mindset right now, right? We should be striving to make sure that we put in the work to grow. Go ahead, read on.
Will a lion roar in the forest when he hath no prey?
Will a lion roar in the forest when he have no prey? We are out here to do this work, and we have to roar in the wilderness because we're trying to seek our people, right? We are ambassadors. Y'all know what that word means, ambassadors?
Mm-hmm.
We are ambassadors of Christ.
That's right.
So therefore, we got to be representing Christ as well. We got to represent the proper way. So what you saying is dead on. And it applies to me too, because I've slacked in my time since I've been in with the Anointed House of Saints. I'm not even gonna sit up here in front. Sometimes I've taken the back seat, and I say I let Judah and Jonathan handle it. But I gotta step my game up too. I gotta be an ambassador too. I gotta be a precept shooter too.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? Right. I gotta stand and teach too. God. Yeah.
That's a fact.
You got a mic?
I'm about to bring this out. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 4 and verse 9. 2 are better than 1 because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he hath not another to help him up. Not being on one accord is going to leave us, on our own for real. You know what I'm saying? We living in the last days. The last thing we need to be is by ourselves individually. We need to come together and hold each other accountable. But not only that, do the work together. That's the most important thing, is doing the work. And a lot of brothers and sisters, well, mainly brothers, they don't want to come out and do the work for real.
It's facts. Facts. All right, Con. Oh yeah. We gonna trust me. I got a section for y'all. And you know what's funny though? The majority of this class is really about the brothers because we the leaders, right? So it's only a little bit about the sisters. It's like probably like one little thing, but you know what I'm saying? The majority is on us because we be the ones with the most excuses. It be us. We be the ones with the most excuses, the most reasons why we can't do this or that. And I ain't gonna lie to you, when you start doing that, you're not a man in my eyes. In my eyes, because I had to, but see, you know what's funny? In my younger years, up until the age 30, I was like learning this, like, you know what I'm saying? Little by little. It was like every year I was getting grown closer and closer to finally figuring out, bing, ain't nobody responsible for how I act but me. I don't care how you act. I don't care what you do. Whatever you doing has nothing to do how I react, what I do. So you telling me if I stop doing the work, Jonathan and y'all just be like, nah, this brother Judah ain't doing the work. So I mean, no. Because if that was the case when Christ went back up into the heavens, the disciples just would have stopped doing everything they were supposed to be doing. Because Christ ain't here no more. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep going. All right, so the next characteristic of a half-ass Israelite is Israelite will do nothing but expect everything, which is going into what I was saying earlier. You the main one complaining about what we don't have, what we do have, but could be better. The type of this we got, the type of that we got. Oh, this food could have been better. Oh, it ain't put in a dime for nothing. Murmuring but want a handout. Hey, look, I'm going to shut up because we're going to get off topic. Give me that in Sirach 4:29, man.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 4 and 29. Be not hasty in thy tongue, and in thy deeds slack and remiss.
Read it again.
Be not hasty in thy tongue.
So you quick to talk. You quick to start talking. You hasty with your tongue. Go ahead.
And in thy deeds slack and remiss.
But you're not doing a damn thing. Read it one more time. Let's read it one more time.
Be not hasty in thy tongue, and in thy deeds slack and remiss.
So be not hasty in thy tongue, and in thy deeds slack and remiss. We did when in the definition of negligent, right? That was Sirach 4:29, right? And we about to read 31 as well, right? Be not hasty in thy tongue, and thy deeds slack and remiss. A lot of us talk and talk and talk, but our actions do not line up. You are the super brew when somebody's asking about your fringes because now you get to teach something, right? But when brothers ask you for a 60-second video, you don't have the time for that. You have zero time. We got kids in this room who's done more 60-second videos than some brothers in the camp. Have they came out yet? I think they might have had. No, they haven't, right? They ain't came out yet. They coming because Tico's just came out. So I know they close. We got brothers. We got 2 children in this camp. I ain't gonna say you ain't a kid no more. You ain't a kid no more neither, doggone it. But y'all used to be, and that's how I remember y'all. Right? I still got my lot of baby clothes in the closet. You feel me? I'll be like that. Right? But we got kids in the congregation who's made more verses of the days than some brothers in the congregation. And brothers can get mad at me all they want and say, "Oh, you don't have to talk about us." I didn't say no name, so you shouldn't be upset, right? Only a hit dog holler. If you upset, then you need to pause this video, do a verse of the day, and then hit play again, and send it to knocking them, right? Because that's the case, right? Now, so we talk and talk, actions don't match up, but we quick to want to teach to show how much we know. Right? Not even to edify somebody, just to hear ourselves talk. Got a lot of brothers like that. Right? Let's get the next characteristic, then we're gonna go to verse 31. Right? The half-assed Israelite is quick to take and slow to give. Quick to take and slow to give. Right? So anything that will they can capitalize off of, they quick to, they there for that. I can pull up for that. Or I can do this, I can pull up for that. I can do that, or I can get this from off you, I can pull up for that. But when it's time to do a fly mission, I was tired, bro. When it's time to put money back into the camp that you might have taken, oh man, me you was talking about this other day. Remember that? Like, hey, my finances, brother. All right, that's cool, because we all go through that. 2 years later, my finances, brother. 2 years after that, my finances, brother. Bro, I ain't trying to hear that no more. I empathize with people. I do. But 4 years, we've been on you for 4 years, and you're still the same thing? Are you lax, brother? Are you negligent to your bills? I know I could be. They ain't cut them lights off yet? Shit, I got another week. You know what I'm saying? But hey, after a while, it's like, bro, come on, man. Are you the brother who needs 2 jobs, but you really don't want one? Are you that brother you only want to do that work from home job? And if it takes you going into a building and doing some manual labor, that's not the job that I'm applying for. Is that you? Right? But a half-assed Israelite is quick to take and slow to give. Read that.
Sirach chapter 1 and 31. Let not thine hand be stretched out to receive, and shut when thou shouldest repay.
Read it again.
Let not thine hand be stretched out to receive, and shut when thou shouldest repay.
Hey, that cut me. I had to stop going, you know what? I ain't gonna ask my mama for nothing else, because read it one more time. Sirach 4 and 31.
Oh, I'm sorry, I said 1.
Oh, okay,
I'm sorry.
okay, con. I didn't even catch that.
That was a good catch. So this is Sirach 4 and verse 31. Let not thine hand be stretched out to receive, and shut when thou shouldest repay.
Right. I had to stop borrowing from my mom. I was like, yo, you know what? Because you already know what happens, bro. Life, you get the life in, and now it's time to repay. You don't got it. It's like, that's your mama. She gonna give it whenever she can, however long she can, to the Most High take her home. The whole thing is taking care of her kids. But after a while, as a man, it's like, no. It's not even an option. And I'm gonna tell y'all something, mothers, sometimes y'all be handicapping y'all children doing that. That's a sidebar. Y'all be handicapping y'all children doing that. If you got the type of kids who want to work for something, let them do that, even if the money's coming out of your pocket. Because it's something for something. It's not just, well, I'm short on this here. Or mom want this as a kid. Mom want this here. If your kid want to pay their own cell phone bill, this is a suggestion, just pay it. Let them pay it. Let them go cut some grass, whatever they planning on doing. Because when it's all said and done, they gonna learn. They know as an adult, like, I gotta have my stuff together. And here go the thing, right? I had this conversation with somebody the other day. When I got my first job, I got me a job, so my mom couldn't take such and such and such and such for me. All right, yeah, all right. You live in my house. You got me messed up. I don't care who bought the car. My mama could have bought the car. You act up in here, that car gone. It ain't like you lose parental rights because you let your kids pay their own. You know what I'm saying? Because come on now, no. If your kid go buy their own cell phone and they ain't acting right, guess what happens? Give me that. Oh, it's mine. Yeah, it's mine. What you? It's mine. No, you okay? Well, guess what? Stay in your own house. I don't have a house. The world is yours. Remember? Go outside. But sometimes we handicap our children by giving and giving and giving and giving, and then they have to realize later in life, like, dang, life don't really work like that. I can't really slack.
Right. That's the point right there. Life, the rest of life ain't gonna be like that. So why am I gonna handicap you now and just give you stuff? You get what I'm saying? And so that's why what he's saying is we want to foster the spirit of doing your own work. Now bring that same concept back to the camp. Stop thinking you can ride to the kingdom off of this brother work. Because you got the same shirt on with him. He doing all the work. You got the same shirt on. You gonna get to the kingdom off that? Christ's not judging nobody based off the shirt you got on. He not coming back and saying, "Oh, you anointed house of saint. Come on in." No, man.
Let the Christian tell you ain't even gonna have a shirt on.
Facts.
Right, we're going back to Adam and Eve.
Right, car. All right. So a lot of brothers and sisters come around to get what they could get out of the congregation or out of the body. Cause they see a group, so they're like, that's $5 there, that's 10, that's 20. If I sell him a t-shirt, that's about 35. He a 5X brother. That's extra fabric. That's 60 right there. You know what I'm saying? That's wolves amongst the sheep. You are prey. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I know this sister right here sells ZZs, but if I get some better fabric, I could probably charge $5 more. I've heard stories like this in Israelite camps. Bro, Bishop Nathaniel IUIC told a story about Tabernacles one year, right? This sister legit came, did not pay, she wasn't invited, nothing. She brought her whole RV there, full of merch to sell to people. It never came around before for real, none of that. They let her stay. She's just there to sell stuff. While they doing what they supposed to be doing over there, she's somewhere doing whatever. Whole RV blows up. Everything in it. Everything. They said it looked like an atomic bomb. You know what I'm saying? Could have killed everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Ananias in the book of Acts.
Con.
Sapphira and Ananias.
Con. Hey man, the Most High do it to you, right? But they just looking for what they could get out of the community, right? They trying to figure out what they can sell, right? How they can make some bread. Of all these people coming around, I sell this. That's such and such amount, right? But when it's time for class, when it's time for the Shabbat, when it's time to do some community outreach, when it's time to do whatever else that don't have anything to do with them getting some out of it, they're never available. They're never available. When it's time to give back to the congregation, they in the back of the crowd. They quiet now, right? And then they wonder why they live check to check. I had to learn this in like my financial journey that I've been on lately. People, rich business people who don't never talk about God, the Bible, nothing. I don't even know if they believe. They all saying the same thing. Your gift was not given to you for you. It's for you to give value in other people's lives. That's how you end up. But if everything is take, that's why you end up where you end up. So you be working all them hours, you making all them sales, and you still don't got no money when it's over. That'd be a miracle. Because the Most High he's not letting that prosper. Right? Give me that in 2 Corinthians, I don't want.
Con, this is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 9 and verse 7. Every man according as he purposed in his heart, so let him give. not grudgingly,
Mhm.
or of a necessity, for Yahweh loveth a cheerful giver.
Hey, it says not grudgingly or out of necessity. All these niggas, they need another donation. Man, here, bro. Here, take it. Right? Or you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta take out the man, just give me the trash, bro. Right? Or something happens to where maybe a brother or sister needs something out of the camp. You know what I'm saying? They financially you can give it to Tico. Yeah. Thank you. They financially in a bad predicament. Things happen. And now you finally give into the camp because somebody about to get thrown out of their crib. But in all other situations, you don't never donate nothing. You don't never call it as, yo, we need something. Yo, Keziah is good for that. He'll be like, yo, I'm just calling to see we need something. We need anything over there? We good? I'm just calling. You already know. Hit me up. Shalom 2 times. I don't want.
That's it. That's
You know what I'm saying?
Good brother. Good brother.
Yeah, man. Whole Passover. That's all he kept doing. Hey, yo, we need anything? Nah? All right, cool. Yo, I'm just making sure we need anything. Well, call me if you do. All right, bet. You know what I'm saying? But you got some people never reach out to see if they can do anything. Never reach out to see if they can do anything, right? And then, how can I put this? It should be a thought in your mind to give in the first daggone place, to see how you can contribute, right? The half-ass Israelites not going to do that at all, right? Or they wait until people notice this brother don't do nothing. Or we start having these type of conversations. Now they want to, and this conversation ain't to put the battery in brothers back to do anything. It's really for you to reflect, like, yo, all right, is some of this me? Because all of this might not apply to everybody. All of this might not apply to you. If one of these things applies to you, you need to do some self-reflecting. Because I got about maybe 2 things on this list that I know applies to me. You know what I'm saying? Which is why I wrote it, right? Now, let's bring it out. Yep. Let's hold it. I'll let you read it when we get there. Yeah. Right. You know what I'm saying? You got something?
Now, this is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1.
So now, the next characteristic, the half-ass Israelite cares nothing about the gathering. The half-ass Israelite could care less about congregating. That is number 1, 2.
Should be 5.
It is? Yeah. Yep, 5. That's 5. So the first one was they're negligent. Second one, they're selfish. The third one, they do nothing and expect everything. The fourth one is they're quick to take and slow to give. And then the fifth one, which we're on right now, they care nothing about the gathering. The half-ass Israelite cares nothing about the gathering. Right? So let's get that.
That's the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desire.
So the Bible tells us to gather together. That's plain and simple. Right? Keep going.
Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff, before the fierce anger of Yahweh come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you.
And we said this long before we had a school. We were just on the street corners. We was like, yo, every time we get together on the Sabbath, all these Sabbaths that we have together, we supposed to be coming up with something before all of this stuff happened. But see, the half-ass Israelite is not going to come together for none of that. But then when it's time to actually put these plans into action that we've been coming up with this whole time, they gonna be like, yo, let me come with you. Hey, where we meeting up at? Stuff hitting the fan. Jacob's trouble about to start. Where we meeting up at? Oh, where the water? Where the food? Brother, we've been stockpiling this stuff for years. You ain't been coming around. You gonna have to get what's left.
Yeah. Straight up.
And then now, oh, so y'all brother selfish. No, that was you. You were selfish when we was trying to put all this stuff together. You were selfish when it was time to gather. You was too lazy to put in the work. And we're going to get into that laziness in a minute, right? So the Bible's commanding us to gather together. Let me get that in Matthew 12 and 30. This was a cold one because you don't want to gather, but you wonder why your spirit ain't right. Because everybody know when they spirit off. Everybody know. And when I say off, I'm not talking about sinful. When they spirit just ain't feeling like it used to, as far as the truth. You know what I'm saying? When it come, the spirit just won't feeling right, right? You wonder why, but you forsake the gathering. Give me that in Matthew 12 and 30.
Con, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 12 and verse 30.
Uh-huh.
He that is not with me is against me.
He is not with me is what?
Is against me.
Go ahead.
And he that gathereth not with me scattereth abroad.
Christ is saying, he that's not with me is against me. And he that gathereth not with me scattereth abroad. And you wonder why you never want to come to camp. You wonder why you never want to come to a feast day. You wonder why you never want to go to class, because your spirit is getting scattered abroad and you don't even know it. Now, somebody might say, Christ is saying, if you don't gather with him, I do my own thing every Sabbath. Give me Matthew 18 and 20, and I'm going to let you get that. Right? Christ is saying, if you don't gather with him, I gather with Christ at my house every Shabbat. With my blunt and my mimosa, where nobody can tell me I'm off. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I'm doing the right thing, though, because I got the class on, and that's that. Right? Go ahead, King.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 18 and verse 20. For where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, there am I in the midst of them.
What letter is that? What color is them letters?
Red.
That means that's Christ talking. Just like he was talking in Matthew 12 and 30. So when you're gathered with your brothers and sisters, 2 or 3 are gathered, Christ is in the midst of you. So that's how you gather with Christ right there. But I'm gathering with Christ at my house by myself in wickedness. Go ahead. Oh, you want to read 19? Go ahead.
Verse 19. Again, I say unto you that if 2 of you shall agree on earth as touching anything that they shall ask, it shall be done for them of my Father which is in heaven.
God.
So there's power in gathering. Right? Not only do we gather because we commanded to come and keep the feast day and fellowship, and this is in the spirit, because we was literally talking about this last night as a family. But when you spend time with your family, not only are you gathering together to get to know that person, but this is beneficial for the whole body. Because now a brother can hit you up and say, yo, I need to talk to you about this, or you're available for this, or whatever. But also the Most High says there's power, because when we come together and we agree, the Most High is with us and he gonna give us what we ask for.
That's right. Go ahead, Otto.
Yeah, to land me off of what you just said, think of that on the opposite spectrum. When you're not there, now the congregation suffer. Right. See what I'm saying? Right. So you got to take accountability for yourself, and I'm guilty of that. I ain't gonna lie. I've neglected sometimes, but I try to bounce back. So listen, if you're out there, this is an admonishment lesson for you. All you have to do is take heed to what's being said and start to produce. That's what we're trying to do, is to produce.
That's crazy. That's crazy, because I'm about to go into production in just a second. Go ahead, Tigo.
Con, I got 2 precepts. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, Sirach, chapter 6, starting at verse 7. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him. For some man is a friend for his own occasion, and will not abide in the day of thy trouble. And this speaks to the circumstances you were speaking on, saying, like in the last days when we in Jacob's trouble and we running around trying to, get everything in place, take care of our people. You got to be able to prove people, because it's going to be a lot that's going to come around for the sake of just seeking asylum with y'all. They ain't putting in no work beforehand. They wasn't there before, but when the time come around, when it's when it's trouble, they just looking to jump in. They're not really trying to help. And another precept would be 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 12. And we beseech you, brethren, to know them which labor among you and are over you in the Lord and admonish you. So again, you got to know the people that you laboring with. You got to know the people that's around you, because there's a lot of people that's gonna creep in and try to take over.
Hey, that's going into this next doggone point. That's crazy, right? Now, so with that about the congregating, the half-ass Israelite will make any and every excuse as to why they forsake congregating, but wonder why they're not in the same spirit that they was in the beginning. It's because Satan is on your coattails, and you don't even know it. Satan is on you. You don't even know it. That's why it was at Matthew 12 and 30. He was like, and he who gathereth not with me is scattered abroad. Cause now you're going here, you're going there. Oh, do I want to do this today? I'll do that today. I don't feel like congregating. Maybe I'll go to work. You know what? I could go do this over here. Your spirit is getting scattered and you don't even know it. And you thinking it's all for good reason. You to and fro now. You think it's all for good reason. I got a reason for this, or I need that, or I gotta go do this and that. All right. And then what is a reprobate mind? Reprobate mind is you doing something you don't even know you doing it. Satan got you thinking the whole time you doing it for good reason. I'm doing it for my family, so it's okay. And it's not. All right. Now watch this. For the sisters. All right. You got sisters that don't come around at all. You don't see them for nothing. Right? But if I inbox them right now and say, sis, how can we make this congregation better? How can we grow and serve our people better? They gonna give you a whole story. Oh, brother, I was actually thinking this, and it would be great if what y'all need to do is all of this, right? But what she should be saying is, I haven't been around. I don't even think I'm at liberty to say anything. I haven't been around. I don't know what y'all are serving, what y'all are not serving. You know what I'm saying? But she'll come up with something, because a lot of sisters like to hear themselves talk. And you gave them an opportunity, opened it up for them, and they gonna say something. Whole time could have been a test, right? They're walking right through the door, right? Oh, we need more sisterhood, something for the sisters. Y'all can't go on your phone and get on a sisters meeting, but you need something for the sisters. So now we supposed to waste electricity and open up these doors for y'all to do nothing, for you not to show up. Excuse me. That's really what it is. For you not to show up, right? Brothers, on the prayer call, where you at? But brothers, we need more for the camp. We need brothers to pour into us a little bit more, because I feel like and there's nothing wrong with that, and brothers are willing to do that. But where do we get the battery from to do that? And you not even around when you just have to get on the phone. We make announcements for something months in advance, and you don't know whether Salakia. You already know you can't be there. Months in advance. But you a man. That's a crazy thing. You a man, but you don't know where you gonna be. That don't make no sense. You can't make nothing shake. You can't make nothing move to make it happen, but you a man. I'll be doggone if any consequence or circumstance or responsibility is gonna tell me where I am and ain't gonna be. No.
That's borderline quenching the spirit, ain't it?
That is Christian spirit. Cause how you gonna you know what? Sabbath 2026, we gonna be in Tennessee. Oh, I ain't gonna make that one, brother.
Hey, imagine if Paul had that spirit. Paul, if they was like, yo, we need you to come up to Ephesus real quick. We don't know how we gonna pay for it. We'll figure it out when you get here. And Paul like, yeah, you said that's in 3 months. Can't make it.
Right. And Paul was on a boat going to most of these places. Months journeys. You can't spend one day to go up the street. And you know what? As a kid, we try to be understanding. I understand. You know what I'm saying? Life be happening. We no longer understand, nor do we care about the excuse. We don't. No, because We men just like you. We got families just like you. Got jobs just like you. But somehow we figure that out. So is it a lack of opportunity or is it a lack of want to? And we realize some brothers just don't want to do it. Nor do they give a damn. Nor do brothers give a damn. Right? Next characteristic. And this goes in right into it. The half-ass Israelite is lazy. The half-ass Israelite is lazy. Right? Give me Zephaniah 3:16. Right? And we're gonna go right into that, man. We're gonna here go that word again. Let's read that.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3, and verse 16. In that day it shall be said to Jerusalem, fear thou not, and to Zion, let not thine hands be slack.
It said, let not thine hands be slack. Now, I don't want y'all said something earlier. We called to produce. We about to get into that. But it's commanded for us to not let our hands be slack. Right? Give me that in Colossians 3:17. We're not called to be slack, man. We called to do and produce. A lot of brothers, man, y'all can't come to the gathering. Oh, because I ain't going to have gas and, my car. But it's 13 of y'all in one area. But can't nobody just get in the car together and take y'all behinds down here to the school. Carpooling, there's no such thing as that. We go out of town. My first few feast days, my wife and son stayed home. Right? And me, Ariah, Tico, Jeremiah, everybody else stayed in one house. Ants and all in the house. You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying? And then when my son was born, it was me, Caleb, Tico, Jeremiah, Adawan, Yaakov, Isaiah, all of us doing what we had to do. I think he came for a day trip. He came up there like on the day before, slept, went home.
You know, it's crazy. Those be some of the best memories too.
They do though. It's called camaraderie. But the half-ass Israelites not gonna do that because they lazy. And they be having preferences. I have preferences too. Don't get it twisted. I got preferences too. Certain places I want to stay, certain places I don't. But guess what? I had to do what I could and so I could do better. The Most High ain't gonna be like, yo, you had a half-star hotel money, but you wanted to stay in a 5-star hotel. So I don't see why you didn't come. I see why you forsake the gathering. You ain't go to Passover. Oh, you know what, brother? You wanted a 8-person tent, but you only can afford a 1-person tent. I know why you didn't show up to Tabernacles. But Yam came to Tabernacles last year. His feet was hanging out his tent. Hey, but Yam had the world's smallest tent last year. He was like, hey, I got to do what I got to do. He stuffed his cot in there. You saw the cot sticking out the sides of the tent. This tent bowling out on the side. But the brother did what the Most High told him to do. Now you think, man, this would have cut me with the fringes thing, right? Up the street from my crib, I saw this dude. He had a blue t-shirt on. What's crazy, it was royal blue. He had a royal blue t-shirt on. And you know how the bottom of your shirt got that little stitch. You know what I'm saying? The brother cut under the stitch all the way around the shirt. He was like, bro, I can't afford fringes. Because the stitch is already blue. And then he cut those was his fringes. Now the Most High gonna smile on that faster than he smiles on the brother to say, you know what? I don't got fringes on every garment, so be it. You know what I'm saying? Despise not humble beginnings, man. So let's read that Zephaniah one more time. Who had that? That was you? Read that again.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3, and verse 16. In that day it shall be said to Jerusalem, fear thou not, and to Zion, let not thine hands be slack.
So guess what? As leaders of the congregation, as leaders of the body, we can't allow brothers' hands to be slack. If your hands want to be slack, have slack hands. outside. Because we don't need you around. We don't need you around. And people, I got you. People love to say that's the wrong spirit to have. But I was going to wait till the end to say this. A lot of these spirits are very contagious. One sister stopped coming. Now, 13 other sisters stopped coming because they in a group chat together and they talking about what they don't like about the congregation. And now everybody ain't coming. Imagine if brothers did that. Some brothers probably do. I ain't even going to hold you. I ain't gonna tell you what spirit that is. Go ahead, other one.
Hey, Keziah did that in his class about them spirits. He had spirits that was gathered together. They can turn the ship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so when one spirit leaves and do one thing, then the next one want to do it, and it become contagious, jumping from each individual in the congregation. So yeah, we gotta watch that, brother.
Con. All right. Let's get that in Colossians 3:17. Oh, my bad. You got precept. My bad.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 33 and verse 27. Send him to labor that he be not idle, for idleness teacheth much evil.
Con.
You're not constantly in the word, and doing work, constantly working in this truth. It's easy for you to fall into temptation and fall into evil. So, that's a big thing. Like, you got to just stay, you got to keep your hands to the plow, whether you're a brother or a sister.
Can you call that one more time?
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 33 and verse 27. Send him to labor that he be not idle, for idleness teacheth much evil.
Con, it says, was it out of mind is a devil's workshop. You know what I'm saying? They're getting all these quotes from the Bible. You know what I'm saying? But you start to see that, man. Brothers ain't as strong in the work as they used to be. And then now they not chilling at the crib. They doing everything else but the work, though. And then what you start seeing, they start disappearing slowly but surely. They're going downhill. They start doing stuff that they ain't supposed to be doing, right? They start making excuses for the things that they're doing, and then they disappear. It's bound to happen. When we see those things starting, it's like, all right, brother, hey, get your shit together. All right. And the next thing you know, and then you got to let them go. You got to let them go. And we don't be wanting to do that, right? We don't be wanting to let brothers go, but you got to let them go, because what happens is prospect phase after prospect phase, you're going to have people who see the laziness that you're portraying, and then they're going to think, this is the spirit of the camp. I really don't have to do anything when I come around. Sisters, I don't got to come to feast days. I don't got to come to camp. It's not a requirement. But guess what? Guess what? Whether we make it a requirement or we didn't make it a requirement, the same people that's in this room is going to be in this room. So it doesn't matter.
Hey, so I got to add something to that too, right? And then we're going to read that Colossians 3:17. So y'all go ahead and flip to it. But your style of leadership is going to dictate how people treat you, right? If you allow people to get away with murder, they're going to come around you murdering, right? Or you're going to attract to yourself people who want to murder because they know you the type of leader that's going to let it happen. But if you the type of person that's like, nah, you come over here, we're not playing that. And if you don't like it, cool. And then that's just how you run the organization, then the people who come around going to know that. And the people that you have under you now are going to be the type of people that you want to lead.
Right.
So that's what we saying. So brothers will look at it like, oh man, brothers act like they don't understand. No, it's not about understanding. It's about us doing this work, producing, as the brother said, and bringing forth the fruit that the Most High is going to come looking for. And I'm not going to be responsible for allowing a bunch of people to not bring forth the fruit, right? Because I ain't trying to be cool with you. I'm trying to be cool with the Most High.
Yeah, hey, to this lazy point, that's crazy. This is the spirit. I'm glad we put that in there. Go ahead, sis. Yeah, facts. My father used to say it all the time, right? You got to nip it then, like as soon as it happens. And the last half-ass Israelite, well, we got a few, but the last one is about leaders. It's about the leadership. Go ahead, Anwar.
Hey, I want to say something. I always tell Jonathan and Judah and some of the other brothers to teach, man. Y'all cut me today. Y'all cut me. We got to be living circumspect, and we got to look at this thing and be honest with yourself and say, when you're slacking, when you're not producing, take that ownership. Don't look at this class as a harsh rebuke. Look at it as a rebuke to correct that spirit. Once that spirit is corrected, now all of us prosper. So take that in, take heed to that.
Come on. Let's get that Colossians 3.
It's the book of Colossians, chapter 3 and 17. And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of Hamashiach Yahushua.
Read it one more time.
And whatsoever you do in word or deed.
So whatsoever you do in word, talking, or deed, your actions, go ahead.
Do all in the name of Hamashiach Yahushua, giving thanks to God and the Father by him.
So everything we do in talk or in action is supposed to be done in the name of the Most High and his Son. So you telling me that, well, there we go. You telling me that when I'm half doing the work, I'm ignoring the commandments, I'm skipping camp, I'm skipping Shabbat class, I'm being lukewarm, treating the truth like it's an option, I'm doing so as a representative of Christ? It says whatsoever you do in word or deed is supposed to be a representative of Christ. Con, it's Colossians 3:17. You said you have a verse? Con, give it a mic. Right? Whatever you do in word or deed is supposed to be done in the name of Hamashiach Yahushua and his Father, right? So what are you doing? Because it's supposed to be as a representative, right? So in the name of Christ and the Father, what are you representing is the question.
This goes with brother Yakmiah.
You just gotta put it to you.
Hello.
There you go.
This goes with brother Yakmiah, what he said about, we're not really getting that, you brothers are not really getting on people, but you are.
Yeah.
Within love. This is Hebrews 12:6. It says, for whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth.
That's right. Right? So, Tico, get that. So if we didn't care about the body, like, who are we to just get on people just to get on people? Like, for real, like, who are you to just get on people for no reason? You see what I'm saying? But if you put yourself up under a leadership, we're supposed to be mindful of the state of the flock. We see that the state of the flock right now, men, women, children, is lazy. Men, women, children, selfish. Men, women, children, neglectful. This is what the body is looking like right now. So instead of sitting back and calling all 50-something people who are a part of the congregation individually and having a come to Jesus meeting and a therapeutic moment, brother, why are you not feeling? We're going to tell you now, get your spirit right, because we see it, and then you want to wonder why you feel like the spirit ain't moving the right way. It's because you in the camp. It's because you in the congregation. That's why, right? And guess what? I'm saying that because that's what I said about me. Like, what type of leader are you? Did we not have this conversation on the captain's call on Sunday? The first conversation we had. What kind of leader are you being? We're going to get into that, though, right? So all of these things that you do is supposed to be done as a representative of the Father and his Son, but you're doing it, you're lax, you're neglectful, you're lazy, you're selfish, all in the name of the Most High and his Son. Now think about that. Think about that. I tell my kids all the time, if you leave the house, you go to school with a hoodie with my team name on it, remember you're representing my program. So as soon as you have a thought in your mind to act a fool, take it off. I tell them that all the time. Take it off. Because you representing my program that I don't put 5 years putting together. And one thing you do can ruin it. Bro, just imagine.
And a lot of people have careers that have that same thoughts behind it.
That's a fact. That's where I got it from.
If you out here misrepresenting, they get rid of you quick. You know what I'm saying? So y'all got to take this serious when we this lesson. This is a good lesson for everybody to self-reflect. So take heed to it.
Con. Right? Now, ask yourself, are you a good representation of the truth of Yahweh in Christ? Are you representing the congregation correctly? Or are we just niggas in fringes from Saturday sundown until Friday sundown, and then on the Shabbat we Israelites? Right? Some of us can't travel an hour up the road for class. But let there be some money, an hour and a half up the road. We there. We up early. We got our clothes laid out the night before. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the first day of school. We ready. Right? Because niggas and half-ass Israelites, excuse my language, but this is one of them classes. Niggas and half-ass Israelites make time for what they want to make time for. You give the excuse like the Most High don't know your damn heart. For real, like they say in the world. Like he don't know you had time to do this, you had time to do that, you had time to prepare, you act like he don't know that. Like you saying that to yourself, like trying to fool yourself. You and the Most High, if nobody knows, you and the Most High know. But you trying to psych yourself out by saying, you know what? I could have lived off of 6 hours of sleep to make sure I had to do what I had to do for the Lord. But I needed that 8. I needed that. No, good and well, when you get in your bed, you scrolling for at least 3 hours. You got to be up at 6, but you up to 1 scrolling. Oh, I'm tired. I got to go to work in the morning. It is 7:35. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? This is half-ass Israelites, man. Right? Now, give me Proverbs 6:6.
Con. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 6 and verse 6. Go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider her ways, and be wise, which having no guide, overseer, or ruler, provideth her meat in the summer, and gathereth her food in the harvest.
You don't see no ant, right? Saying, yo, I gotta wait till I gotta do what I gotta. No. You don't see no ant saying I gotta do what I gotta do when the winter comes. You don't see them. You don't barely see an ant when the winter comes. Because they did the work already. They prepared. But I see niggas all the time. I gotta do what I gotta do when the Sabbath comes. I gotta do what I gotta do when the Passover come. I gotta do what I gotta do when tabernacles come. It's because y'all niggas are lazy. I'm gonna be real with you. And I'm not just talking to my congregation. I'm talking to all of Israel. Because a lot of Israelites, man, it ain't like I'm stuck to this community here. Like we've been, especially if you was around in the clubhouse days, you know, a lot of Israelites.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Israel as a whole has this spirit. Then they want to hit you with, I got to do what I got to do. Then you got to figure out what type of leader you want to be. Do you want to be the leader that's like, nah, I don't understand that. And that's what I'm about to turn into. Like, nah, I don't understand that. No, that doesn't make any sense. Or you got to be that compassionate brother. You know what, brother? I understand. And you know what I learned? Being that brother turns people into repetitive offenders. Yeah. Now it's always I got to do what I got to do. It's always, times is hard. Like, nah, I get it. Times is hard. Sometimes, you got to make something shake. Don't get it twisted. Yeah. But what I am saying is this. It's always I got to do what I got to do because you are a procrastinator and you don't prepare. Once again, name the last time I seen a ant or you seen a ant walking around in 2-degree weather. I got to do what I got to do. Trying to find that one live leaf that's on the ground. Come on. Right. Go ahead.
Hey, this is a good precept right here. I don't know if y'all know about the ant kingdom. When the ants, if you was to clear their ant hole, it's usually a pile of dirt with a bunch of little holes on it. But if you clear that away and send something down in the ground that'll make a mold of it, they got a whole kingdom under the ground. Whole kingdom branches off, and everybody's working to preserve the kingdom. All the ants. And if you go near that that ant hole and you touch it, all of them shoot up out and they protect the whole queen. Yep. Yeah. That's the way we got to be, right? Yep. We have to take heed and be that kingdom right here. helping everybody and providing, and that makes us stronger when we go out into the world.
Come on, go ahead, Kakari. Give him a mic.
I was just about to say about the ants though. Yeah, that's so funny. Cause like we have the ant pile outside of our house by like our ditches, but there's like the holes, like you were saying, there's like holes and everything.
Yeah.
And at the bottom, like I watched the video, but there's like the queen ant is at the bottom protecting all the babies, and she gets like the most of the food and stuff like that. And like the worker ants and stuff, they bring all the food and stuff like that. Yes.
Right. And but at the end of the day, everybody eat.
Exactly.
That's what's happening at the end of the day. She might get more of the food because she's the building of the population, right? But everybody still eat. You don't have that one ant. Why is she getting everything? You don't see that. I ain't
never heard of that.
When the last time you seen two ants fight?
When you ever see?
Right. When you ever seen an ant pulling the leaf this way, it's another ant on the other side of the leaf pulling this
A
way.
red ant and a black ant, for that matter.
They pulling against each other, tearing the leaf up.
Come on, bro. You ever seen an ant? Look, we had a little pool back in the day we put up during the summertime, right? You ever seen ants in a pool? It's creepy, but they get together and it's one of them real big little joints, and they use each other to float. You ever seen an ant that try to get from one branch to the next? They will make a human ladder and climb across each other until all of them get to the other side. But here we are. I can't go to your class because you got that t-shirt on. Your right. Your fringes ain't as long as mine, brother. Right. You got a lily on your shirt, brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. But let you be pulled over on the side of the road with a flat tire. You gonna hope that brother with that lily show up. It don't matter who you is. You ain't in my cab, right? Go ahead, and you got you. They this big. Right. Right. And right. Look at Stanley Grass, right? But we get offended. Don't tell your wife, yo, you see how that sister acted right there? It's World War III. It's over. It's a wrap. Right? But the reason why we get offended is because subconsciously we know we ain't doing what we're supposed to do. And the fact that somebody got to tell you to look at somebody else to show you how you have to act, you know that's off. Right? What's up, man? Yeah. That's how we got to be.
Out of the mouth of babes.
This man 12. I wish. Look, he said the ants, when they make that bridge, they sacrificing their life to make sure the other one gets there. But they all doing it to get to that common goal, and that's how we got to be. Now, if a 12-year-old can figure that out, why can't you? Why do you think you gonna keep the shirt on that we represent, right? That we, us as a congregation, we put together from the top captain to the newest soldier, right? What makes you think you just gonna be? Yeah, I'm gonna know the House of Saints, man. I'm this camp, I'm that camp, and you don't do anything to help us get to that next goal. What are you trying to get? Brownie points? Because brothers ain't get paid. So what are you trying to get? Popularity points, right? What are you here for? Once again, brothers empathize with brothers and sisters when life is happening. We get it. But I'm going to tell y'all the truth, yo. Life ain't happening all the time. I don't care what none of y'all talking about. Life ain't just lifing all the time. Life is like a Rod Wave album. Just sad. Track number 1, sad. Track number 12, sad. Like you like Eeyore. You know what I'm saying? All day. You just walking around that's why I said these spirits like that drain people. What's up, I? They did.
Hey, but Eeyore had the spirit to come around. These brothers who acting like Eeyore, they don't even come around.
They don't even come around.
They just be sad at home.
Right. You know what I'm saying? EO wanted to be around. And you know what? Everybody has an EO, and everybody love that brother. He's just like, bro, you know what? That's my brother, you know, whatever. But you know he an EO. You know not to invite him to the couples album, because you know what's gonna happen. The night is ruined. You know what I'm saying? He gonna say something to just turn everybody off. He's like, we don't even want to be here no more. Like, you know that one brother. Every time he walk up, oh, that one. You know what I'm saying? Right? But you don't see ants talking about I got to do what I got to do when it's wintertime. They did what needed to be done. Right? Now, some of us will put in the work of the Lord, put the work of the Lord on the back burner completely. When life start happening, it's what I got to do first. Then it's the Lord. He'll be there when I get back. Right? But the problem is to make up time for stuff we could have been doing earlier in the month, earlier in the week, earlier in our lives. Because when you come into the truth, you get a second chance. The Most High is giving you a second chance. You don't procrastinate it. All these wisdom scriptures telling you not to procrastinate and how to handle business. You see what I'm saying? But we put that on the back burner because we still want to party. We still want to go do this. We still want to do that. And we wasted so much time. So now we in a situation. So now the only other thing to put on the back burner is the work of the Lord. Right? And really, we wasn't good stewards of what we was given. So now we either lost it or we are about to lose it, and we're trying to make up for it, which is a lack of faith, right? So like and we're gonna go into that lack of faith thing, right? But you actually believe that you got to do what you got to do in certain situations is a good excuse for putting the Most High on the back burner. Like he can't make whatever you need to happen. So you're putting more faith in whatever it is that you got to do than the Most High. This is what I be hearing when brother tell me that. The Most High is not going to be able to fix this situation. I got to do what I got to do now. But is it because you was procrastinating? Because I don't think the Most High even about to even accept that one. I really don't, right? And this is what happens when you lean to your own understanding, right? So let me get that in Romans 12 and 10. You wanted to read that, Tigo? Read that. Go ahead. And then put me up that precept.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 12 and verse 10. Be kindly affection one to another with brotherly love, in honor, preferring one another, not slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving the Lord.
Read that one more time.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 12, starting at verse 10.
Uh-huh.
Be kindly affection one to another with brotherly love, in honor, preferring one another, not slothful in business, fervent in spirit.
Stop. Fervent in spirit. Let's bring. What does fervent mean? All right, and then we're gonna get the synonyms for that one too. After you read the definition. Because you know what? Getting the definitions of these words could put things into a greater understanding for you. Right? So let's see what the word fervent means. Go ahead.
This is the word fervent. It means having or showing great warmth or intensity of spirit, feeling, enthusiasm, etc.
Give me it in the Oxford dictionary. All right. A little bit more oomph to that definition on the Oxford.
Fervent. Having or showing very strong and sincere feelings about something.
Right? Here's another one. It says having or displaying a passionate intensity. So you're supposed to be passionate about this work. You're supposed to be intense about this work, right? Serving the Lord is never supposed to be something you thinking about doing when you can. You're supposed to have a passionate intensity. So this is what you're saying to God when you don't do what he is requiring you to do, but you do other stuff. I am passionate and I'm fervent about everything but what you need me to do. That's what you're telling the Lord. That's what you're telling the Lord. I'm fervent in this right here, but I'm not fervent in keeping your laws. I'm fervent in this right here. I'm not fervent in studying. I'm fervent in this right here. I'm not fervent in congregating. This is what you're telling the Lord, even though you think that's not what you're saying. Right. Go ahead, Adam. You got something?
Yeah, that word fervent can also mean zeal.
There we go.
Having the zeal.
There we go. Right? You supposed to keep that zeal, man. Right? Keep going in that though. Keep going in Romans 10. After the just starting from the top, we're gonna read through 13.
Con, this is the book of Romans, chapter 12, starting at verse 10. Be kindly affectioned one to another with brotherly love, and honor preferring one another, not slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving the Lord, rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation.
Rejoicing in hope. Some of y'all don't have that because y'all don't have no faith. Right? Patient in tribulation. Some of y'all, as soon as a bill get a little late, you running to figure out what you can do about it instead of you don't even pray about it.
Yeah.
You don't acknowledge God in nothing. You don't acknowledge God in anything. You think you're gonna figure it out on your own, and one day it's not gonna work.
Salaki. Hey, I had that problem for a long time. And it kind of go back to that conversation we had about, you know what I'm saying, holding your son, your kids back because you give him stuff all the time.
Yeah.
That's usually what happens. It's like you so used to getting things and having things fixed in the instant. You know what I'm saying? You get your problems taken care of instantly. But then when you get into the truth, you got to like humble yourself and rely on the Most High more. You got to be patient more. And it's hard. You know what I'm saying? Especially from the background I come from. I'm used to my parents and the people around my family taking care of things for me. You know, they see I got a problem, they jump on it, they take care of it. You know what I'm saying? They see I need something, they jump on it, take care of it. But when I come to the truth, I got to keep faith. I can't rely on my own mindset, relying on everybody else to help me out. So, you know, it's definitely something you got to work at.
Con. Did you have something? Yeah. Oh, my bad. Give me Brute 428 what he just said. You come into this truth, you gotta rely on the Lord more. Is there something on top of that above that we need to read?
No.
Okay, con. Right? You gotta seek the Most High more when you come into this truth, and don't think you about to get instant gratification. Because gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Right? Go ahead, King.
It's the book of Baruch, chapter 4 and 28. For as it was your mind to go astray from God, so being returned, seek him 10 times more.
So as soon as you think, yo, you know what? I'm not going to camp today because I need this extra shift. You supposed to seek the Lord 10 times more.
Right.
But you know how much my phone ring when I be in here? Right. I be telling them all the time, man, I wish these people stop calling me. I don't never pick up on Saturday. I never pick up. Why do you think I'm picking up for you today? I never pick up. And they be days I could use that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No, you got to seek the Lord 10 times more. Nah, I know Most High, he ain't never let me down, not once. Never.
Right.
Never. It don't matter if you was on the street. If you didn't die, he didn't leave you. And it says he don't even leave you in death. So every day you wake up, if you on the bottom of the bottom, every day that you wake up, that's an opportunity for you to do something. I made a post on my story the other day on IG. I said, I'm gonna get it because I just want to make sure I read it right. I think I was in the spirit. Yeah, you know, I'll be trying. God.
I be reading them. I say, you talking about me?
Nah, I just be feeling some type of way in the moment. You know what I'm saying? I just be having to let it out. You know, you feel me? So this is what I said yesterday. I said from Saturday sundown to Friday sundown, you better get out here and get everything you can so you can enjoy your Shabbat and please the Lord. Get it all done. Don't waste a damn second. And that's a fact, bro. I'm starting to like get away from lazy people because it's like, yo, you gonna, man, Orion made a good point. He said that's another reason why the Most High don't want us eating pig. And I was thinking about it. I'm like, it don't say that, but I see what you saying because he was like, you know, they wallow in their own stuff. You know, they wait on their food to be given to them. They live sloppily. This is not a characteristic of anything that we supposed to be. You see what I'm saying?
Dang.
And notice we only eat clean animals. I said,
that's good. That's a good.
I said, all right. Shout out to my boy, man.
Yeah.
Right? So, with that, right? Let's keep going in that because we ain't finished that out. You good, King? You can read it from the top to the bottom, 10 to 13. Right, like Isaiah said, who is trusting in him has been confounded.
That's a fact.
Go ahead.
Con, this is Romans 12, starting from the top. 12 and 10. Be kindly affectioned one to another with brotherly love, and honor preferring one another. Not slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving the Lord. Rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, continuing instant in prayer, distributing to the necessity of saints, given to the hospitality.
Come on, man. So we supposed to be fervent in spirit, man. Right? Because the thing is, it said, be kindly affectionate one towards another with brotherly love and honor, preferring one another, not slothful in business. So not being slothful in business is being kindly affectionate to your brother and having brotherly love, or your sister. Being fervent in spirit is you being kindly affectionate to one another and showing brotherly and sisterly love. When you start slacking, you are showing a lack of love for the congregation. Fact. When you don't come to class and you're not learning, you're showing lack of love and affection for the congregation, because you can't teach nobody if you're not learning nobody. You can't teach nobody if you're not here, right? You can't exhort nobody if you're not around. So you're showing a lack of brotherly love according to the Bible. Punctuation marks are important, right? So when you read it and see what that semicolon is giving you everything about that thing that was before it. So that brotherly love and that affection that we supposed to have to each other, as far as not being slothful in business, for us to be fervent in spirit, serving the Lord, rejoicing in hope, and patient in tribulation. Because the story that you're going through is not only for you, it's for somebody else. Right? Let's keep it moving, right? So with that being said, the Most High is a God of production, as to what he said. He's calling us to produce. The first thing he told us to do was be fruitful and multiply. Build ye houses, plant gardens. He's telling us to do all throughout the scriptures, right? He's a God of production. Show me a scripture where the Most High tells us to be still outside of where he's telling us not to worry or us not being hasty. Tell me a time. I ain't never heard one, right? We're supposed to work. We're supposed to produce. Half-ass Israelites are only worried about what could be produced for themselves. They're not about doing any type of work, right? They only want to, if they do some work, they can try to see how they can capitalize off of it. Meaning, can I make a sale out of this? Can I make a couple of dollars? That was the last one. Am I going to be seen? Because the Bible says that's a reward, right? But you got something?
Yeah, I got a precept.
Yep. Bring out that precept. We're going to see what the Most High does with people who don't produce. Go ahead.
I'm glad I'm bringing it out then. Sister Jahaziel, she got a good precept up there. Psalms 84 and verse 11 and 12. It says, for Yahweh power is a sun and shield. Yahweh will give grace and glory. No good thing will he withhold from them that walk uprightly. And that's what you're talking about. We walking uprightly, walking in the commandments. We doing what we're supposed to be doing. Mm-hmm. We're walking as a congregation. We're gathering Zephaniah 2 and 1.
That's right.
What can he hold back from you? Right?
Right.
What can he hold back from you? It says, thou hast forgiven, Slaki. Verse 12, O Lord of hosts, blessed is the man that trusteth in thee. We got to have that trust. And we got to be fervent in the spirit. We got to have the zeal of the Most High to keep his laws, statutes, commandments, and to do for the congregation. All of us, we have to participate. So that was good precept.
Come on, all praises. Right? Let's keep going. All right, let's get Matthew 25. We're going to see what the Most High does with people who do not produce. My bad. I just put Matthew 25. Verse. Yeah, right. We could. We are gonna read a whole chapter in this joint. It's a little later though.
Oh, I see it.
14.
14.
Yep.
Verse 14. For the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods. Mm-hmm. And unto one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, to another 1.
So Salaki, I was watching a business seminar, and this particular guy, he uses the Bible a lot. Now, do I agree with everything he says biblically? No. But being that it's part of his seminar, of course, that's going to come out. He looked up how much a talent was. Because we read 5 talents, 10 talents, 1 talent. So we're thinking, it's $1. It's $5. It's $10. Anybody got any idea what 1 talent is supposed to be equivalent to? Nope. That's low. $2.6 million. $2.6 million. 1 talent. 1 talent. So now he ain't playing with no little money. This ain't no little money now. So that puts the story into perspective a little bit. Because he gave 1 talent, which is worth $2 million to 1 person. Another talent, another 5 talents, which is $2 million a piece, versus with another person, and another talent or another 10 talents, which is 2.5 per piece to somebody else, right? So let's keep reading that. So remember, 1 talent, $2.6 million. Go ahead.
And unto one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, to every man according to his several ability.
Uh-huh.
And straightway took he his journey.
And we don't read that part either. He gave every man according to his ability.
Yep.
You want more, but you can't even deal with what the Most High gave you right now.
Mm.
That's like me saying, yo, we need to take a church and turn it into the school. There's a church up the street. I don't never see nobody there ever. Nobody. That church is humongous. That's like me saying, yo, we need to go get that. But we ain't did what we got to do here yet. Right? So he gave everyone according to their ability. Go ahead.
And straightway took he his journey.
Uh-huh.
Then he that had received 5 talents went and traded with the same, and make other 5 talents.
Uh-huh.
And likewise he that received 2 talents, he also gained another 2.
So Salaki, let's do some math. Right? Let's do some math.
So the first dude, now he got 10.
He got 26 million out of because he had what? Let's divide that by 2. He had 6.5 million.
Mm-hmm.
He turned that into 13 million.
Yep.
All right. And then you said the other one, he had what?
The next guy who had 2, he started with 2.
Uh-huh. So he had 5.2 million.
He doubled that.
And he turned that into 10.4 million.
But he that had received 1 and digged in the earth and hid his Lord's money, after a long time, the Lord of those servants cometh and reckoneth with them.
Uh-huh.
And so he thought, Salaki, and so he that had received 5 talents came and brought the other 5 talents, saying, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained beside them 5 talents more.
Come on. So hold on. One, they both flipped. There you go. The other one. There we go. So they both flipped their talents. The other one put theirs in the earth. Right? Now keep going. Salaki, my bad. Let's start at 18 again.
Okay, verse 18. But he that had received 1 went and digged in the earth and hid his Lord's money.
So he didn't do nothing with what the Lord gave him. Now remember, the first precept that we brought out was talking about not neglecting the gift that the Most High gives you.
Right.
Right? You dig something in the earth, are you standing there just looking at it, the hole in the ground or the pile of dirt? You go about your way. Right? Go ahead.
Right. After a long time, the Lord of those servants cometh and reckoned with him. And so he that had received 5 talents came and brought another 5 talents, saying, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained beside them 5 talents more.
Mm-hmm.
His Lord said unto him, Well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things.
Uh-huh.
Enter thou into the joy of the Lord.
So he got a reward for that. Go ahead.
He also that had received 2 talents came and said, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 2 talents. Behold, I have gained 2 other talents beside them. His Lord said unto him, Well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make you Lord over many.
What's that on the screen? Okay, we good on that. Not appreciate it. Yeah, we can't see that at all. Right. All right. So the one with 2 talents, he got a reward. Let's see what happened to the one who did nothing, who did not produce. Go ahead.
Then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee that thou art an hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed. And I was afraid and went and hid thy talent in the earth.
So the Most High can give you a thought process, an idea, a talent, a calling, but you being so afraid of rejection or failure that you just dig it under the earth.
Right.
Now, what happens to that person? Go ahead.
Verse 26, his Lord answered and said unto him, Thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knowest that I reap where I sowed not, and gather where I have not strawed. Thou oughtest therefore to have put my money to the exchangers, and then at my coming I should have received mine own with interest. Thou therefore, or Salakia, take therefore the talent from him, and give it unto him which have 10 talents.
And now watch this, right? Now, when the guy who brought this out, he made me think. He said, because, in America, we take from, they try to say take from the rich, give it to the poor.
Right.
The Most High took from the one with 1 or none, really, because he didn't produce it, and gave it to the one who produced more.
Yeah.
So when you look at these camps, right, you got some that keep growing and growing and growing. Now, who's to say the Spirit is with all of them? Nobody's saying all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We hope the Spirit is with all of them.
Right.
Right? But then you try to up and start you a camp and ain't growing because you don't have the necessary skills, or you're not equipped with the necessary qualities to turn these 2 brothers into 4 brothers and these 4 brothers into 8 brothers.
Right.
Right? And the Most High might take the 2 brothers you had, send him to another brother.
Right.
That's going to feed them properly. Right? But the Most High is a God of production. He wants you to produce.
That's right.
He ain't here for you to just sit on what he gave you. Now, he made a good point. He said, now notice, the Most High didn't punish this slothful servant for losing the talent when he put it into the exchanges. He punished him for not doing nothing with it.
Right.
So you might be so scared of losing something, whatever it may be. The Most High ain't, that's not what he's worried about. Are you producing or are you not?
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? That's it. We took a risk with this. Right. Major risk. You know what I'm saying? But we did it. You see what I'm saying? Faith. That boom. I'm glad she said that. Because guess what the next characteristic is? The half-ass Israelite has no faith. Yep. Half-ass Israel. I should have put numbers on these joints. Right? That was a good idea. I didn't even think about that. I was just in the bed typing. On fire. Right? Yeah, Kyle. The half-ass Israelite has no faith. All right, we're going to do a little bit of reading right here, man. We're going to do a little bit of reading. All right? If y'all still with me, man, even if you listening, put a 7 in the chat. Now, there's 21 people in the chat. It's going to be 7 of y'all to put a 7 because a half-ass Israelite is lazy. You can't even do this. Right? So, we're going to get Hebrews chapter 11. We're going to read the entire chapter. Go ahead, Otto. Did it die? There you go.
Khan, this is the book of Hebrews, chapter 11 from the top. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. For by it the elders obtained a good report. Through faith, we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of Yahweh, so that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. By faith, Abel offered unto Yahweh a more excellent sacrifice than Cain, by which he obtained witness that he was righteous, Yahweh testifying of his gifts, and by it being dead, yet speaketh. Verse 5, by faith Enoch was translated that he should not see death, and was not found, because Yahweh had translated him.
Mhm.
For before his translation, he had his testimony that he pleased Yahweh.
Mhm.
But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to Yahweh must believe that he is.
So you can't, you have to believe the Most High exists. And this going back to that point I was making earlier. You really be thinking you saying I got to do what I got to do is just a good reason. There's a difference between a reason and an excuse. I was late to work because I got in an accident. That's a reason. I'm late to work because I was tired last night. That's an excuse. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't justify the reason why X, Y, and Z happened, right? You thinking, oh, I'm gonna do what I got to do because I need it right now and blah 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 blah. That's a lack of faith. That is a lack of faith. That's saying that this thing is bigger than the laws of God and the fact that God can protect me from whatever the circumstances might be. Right? Without faith, it's impossible to please the Most High. And you gotta first know that God exists. When you do stuff outside of what the Most High telling you to do, out of quote unquote necessity, you do not believe that God exists. I don't care what nobody say. There's no way you do. There's no way. And if you do believe he exists and still doing that, you think your situation is bigger than God. But when God turned, bro, you talking about a bill. If God came back right now, the bills no longer exist. They don't exist no more because all things exist because of God. Even your bills. Right? Keep going, other one.
For he that cometh to Yahweh must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him.
Get that word real quick. Diligent. Karatazah. You're supposed to know the Strong's Concordance. You're supposed to know the number, the definition, everything.
That's the precepts.
Right. And his name is Karatazah. How you don't know what diligent is? You know what I'm saying?
This is the word diligent. It means constant in effort to accomplish something, attentive and persistent in doing anything.
It's funny how all these definitions low-key go with each other. Right?
Facts.
Read it one more time.
This is diligent, constant in effort to accomplish something.
Constant in effort to accomplish something.
Kind.
Now, you coming in the Northern House of Saints, where we saying the saints of the Most High are going to take the kingdom. That is a action word. But you don't want to do nothing. Right? Keep going.
Attentive and persistent in doing anything.
You're negligent and lazy, but you want to take the kingdom. That don't make no sense. That makes absolutely no sense. That's why he got the name he got. Right? Because anytime he available and we need him here, he's here. If his job need him, he there. They already know he gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? I see, right. That's the problem. That's the problem. His job know he gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta be diligent, right? And the Most High is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. You gotta be like 10 toes. Like, I'm not even stopping. Yeah, this is going on, but I'm gonna deal with it afterwards. You know how many times these doors close and I lock the door and then life hit me right after that? Cause I get a little away time from life when I'm here with y'all. Then as soon as that door closed and everybody leave, bloop, all right, here go life again. All right, let's get it. We got to figure that out. Because I did my job. One thing I wasn't going to do is do it between this time and this time. Now that it's over, all right, let's get to it. And we're going to figure that back out. You know what I'm saying? Keep going, other one.
Yeah, before I keep going,
Yeah, go ahead.
We got to be 10 toes down and 2 feet in.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody wise told me that.
Yeah. To the ankles.
10 toes down and 2 feet in. Yeah, kind. All praise. Yeah, Khan. This Hebrews, I'm gonna pick back up Hebrews 11 and verse 7. By faith, Noah, being warned of Yahweh of things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house, by the which he condemned the world and became heir of the righteousness which is by faith. By faith, Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should after receive an inheritance, obeyed. And he went out, not knowing whither he went. By faith he sojourned in the land of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise. For he looked for a city
Come on, man.
Right,
Hey, Mike, check. Y'all hear us? Y'all hear us? That was our fault. Salakia, y'all. Salakia, y'all. Put up. Hey, just let us know if y'all can hear us. Yeah, drop some sevens if y'all can hear us. Yeah, Khan. Thank you for letting us know. Yeah, Khan. All praises.
All praises.
I think we good. 'Cause I can see the thing again. All right. So what we were saying is we're not gonna read the whole chapter, right? But I wanted y'all to see how all of these people, how much faith they had to have in the times that they were living in. I asked the question before y'all let us know that the sound went out, right? Imagine living in those times, going through a tornado or a thunderstorm, and you got to prep for the Sabbath. Like these people, like if in our standards, these people had every excuse, every reason to make an excuse. And like the sister just said, there was probably a little bit more leniency with them than us, because we actually have, provisions to help us do certain things. Right? Read that last verse.
Khan, verse 13. These all died in faith, not having received the promise, but having seen them afar off, and were persuaded of them, and embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth.
Read that one more time for me.
Khan, Hebrews 11 and 13. These all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them afar off, and were persuaded of them, and embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth.
Come, man, all these people died in faith. Might not even been able to see what they was having faith for. You know what I'm saying? But we know they got a reward for their labor, right? You know what I mean? So with that being said, let's go to Mark chapter 9. Right? Let's go to Mark chapter 9 before we go to the next one. We almost done. All right, Mark 9 and 14.
God, this is the book of Mark, chapter 9 and verse 14. And when he came to his disciples, he saw a great multitude about them, and the scribes questioning with them. And straightway all the people, when they beheld him, were greatly amazed, and running to him, saluted him. And he asked the scribes, what question ye with them? And one of the multitude answered and said, Master, I have brought unto thee my son, which have a dumb spirit. And whithersoever he, and wheresoever he taketh him, he teareth him, and he foameth and gnasheth with his teeth, and pinneth away. And I spake to thy disciples that they should cast him out, and they could not. He answered him and said, O faithless generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him unto me.
Mhm.
And they brought him unto him. And when he saw him, straightway the spirit tear him, and he fell on the ground and wallowed foaming. And he asked his father, how long is it ago since this came unto him? And he said, of a child. And oft times it has cast him into the fire and into waters to destroy him. But if thou canst do anything, have compassion on us and help us. Yahushua said unto him, if thou canst believe, all things are possible to him that believeth. And straightway the father of the child cried out and said with tears, Adawan, I believe. Help thou mine unbelief.
Con. Sometimes you got to ask the Most High, man, help my unbelief. If you catch yourself being more worried about, you believe in Duke energy more than you believe in Yahweh power. You will believe in Duke power more than Yahweh power. Sometimes you got to ask for to help your unbelief, right? Because you're lacking in the faith department, right? And right after the Yahushua healed his son, after he admitted, like, yo, help my unbelief. Yahushua was like, oh, yeah, you don't believe? Watch this.
That's right.
Right? A miracle right in front of his face. And he healed his son that day, right? So the half-assed Israelite has no faith. That's another characteristic about the half-assed Israelite, man. Right? Now, let's go to the next characteristic. We only got two more after this. The half-assed Israelite does not study, pray, or fast, nor do they want to. Once again, the half-assed Israelite does not study, pray, or fast, nor do they want to. Now we all find ourselves in this category here and there. We don't fast regularly because we ain't used to it. That's why when Yum Yum started that fast on Tuesday, I was like, yep, we're gonna make this a weekly thing because some of us have to get into the mindset of fasting. My brother Yawasab, he gonna fast. My brother Araya, that brother gonna fast. Araya will fast for 15 days and 15 nights. Nah. But he gonna fast for at least 2 days. He gonna do at least 2 days. Like, brother, I ain't ate since Wednesday. And he'll study. That's why he got on precepts, man. And here you go chewing. And you're like, damn, hey, I feel for you, right? But say it again.
Number 8 was the half-assed Israelite does not have faith.
Yeah, con. I might have skipped the number.
No, you good. The half-assed Israelite has no faith. It's number 8, and we on number 9.
Con, yeah. We'll figure it out. I'll go back over them after we done so we can get them all in order. Right? But the half-assed Israelite does not study, pray, or fast, nor do they want to. We just had a congregation-wide fast, and I asked people, yo, you fast today? Fast? What you mean? Nah, I ain't fasting. I'm like, bro, we had a congregation fast today. Oh, I didn't even know. How? Right? But Yum Yum asked how many people was with him on the fast. I saw like 7 answers. Not to say there weren't been more people, but let's just be real. We know it wasn't too many more than that. It was only a few people that fasted on the congregation-wide fast. A fast for the congregation. It's for us to pray for ourselves, our family, our congregation, the children, the women, the leadership, the soldiers, the officers. This is what this is for. So the spirit can stay amongst the congregation. We have a congregation-wide fast. Nah, I ain't even do it. What are you here for? Like, for real, what are you here for? We're gonna talk about what we're gonna do with brothers and sisters like that in a minute. Y'all can say feel how y'all feel. Y'all know I'm not a brother, I don't care. Right? Because at the end of the day, it gets to the point where we have to see things for what it is and make the necessary steps and make the necessary changes. Because how we got kids in the congregation, my young son coming up, we got officers with new children or younger than mine, you know what I'm saying? Brothers in the camp, babies younger than mine. How we gonna bring them up? We ain't in the spirit, and they supposed to be around us. No, no. We gotta purge them spirits, man. Give me 1 Samuel 12 and 19. Let's talk about the prayer.
You said 12, 19.
Kind of the one. We're gonna read through 24.
Con, this is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 12 and verse 19.
We're gonna read through 25.
Con. And all the people said unto Samuel, pray for thy servants unto the Lord thy God, that we die not, for we have added unto our sins this evil, to ask us a king.
Hey, the children of Israel was asking for a king, right? And the Most High was supposed to be their king. Children of Israel asking for a king, and he's like, yo, pray to the Lord, because we can't even do that because we don't been so evil. How many of us has been there? Me. That was the first question I ever asked when we was in the other camp. When I first got on that conference call, I was like, yo, how do you get over the fact that you feel unworthy to pray? Because I already know, bro, I don't came out of a lifestyle of BS. And you know, I came into the truth, but I'm still doing BS low key. You know what I'm saying? I'm ripping the pages out my Bible with the blunt in my mouth, trying to find a scripture to tell me I can smoke. You know what I'm saying? All different types of things. I'm catching myself trying to justify certain things I'm doing, and I don't even feel worthy to even go to the Most High because He know my heart. He already know what's up. He know I'm tripping. He know I ain't doing what I'm supposed to be doing. You see what I'm saying? So I don't feel worthy to pray. And that's what they said to Samuel, right? We keep going.
Hey, hold on, Salaki though.
Yep.
I was just gonna make a point.
Yeah.
Yo, don't never feel like that. Don't feel like you can't pray. I'm telling you. I had a brother, like, he talked to me. He was talking about an experience that he dealt with that inspired me. He was like, yeah, I was just talking to an elder brother. You know, he was really talking too much, you know, common sense when it comes to the scriptures. But one thing he just told him was that no matter what, no matter how you feel, just pray. And I did that. And I was going through, you know, my own little personal situations. And the Most High came through, even though I felt like I wasn't worthy. So don't ever feel like you can't pray.
That's a fact.
Con.
We need that reminder often.
Con.
We need that reminder very often. Go ahead, other one.
Con, this is verse 20. And Samuel said unto the people, fear not, ye have done all this wickedness, yet turn not aside from following Yahweh, but serve Yahweh with all your heart. And turn ye not aside, for then should ye go after vain things, which cannot profit nor deliver, for they are vain. For Yahweh will not forsake his people for his great name's sake.
So hold on. It said in verse 20, Samuel said unto the people, fear not, ye have done all this wickedness, yet turn not turn not aside from following the Lord. There you go right there. You doing all this wickedness, you ain't praying. You don't feel worthy to pray. Like, you supposed to serve the Lord and start praying. Right? Keep going. I don't want. We're gonna read through 25.
Hey, that reminds me of the guy at camp in Atlanta when we went for Passover. He came up talking about voting. He wanted a king. Yeah, you niggas should be voting. You remember when he said that?
Deuteronomy
Y'all
17 and 15. Right.
This is what the Israelites was doing back then. They doing the exact same thing, and they not praying because he didn't want to listen to nothing we were saying.
No faith.
Right. Verse 21. And turn ye not aside, for then ye should ye go after vain things which cannot profit nor deliver, for they are vain. For Yahweh will not forsake his people for his great name's sake.
So when all this said and done, Yahweh's not his people because he got his name stamped on that. He don't said it too many times. He won't gonna do it.
Right.
So if all else fails, you being wicked as I don't know what, one thing he's not gonna do is forsake his people because he got his name on it. And that's the important part, right? We'll finish that out.
God, because it hath pleased Yahweh to make you his people. Moreover, as for me, God forbid that I should sin against Yahweh in ceasing to pray for you.
Samuel said, I will be sinning against the Lord for not praying for you. So while you feel like you don't want to pray and all of that, and you don't did all this wickedness, I'm still gonna pray for you because I'm sinning against the Lord by not doing so. Go ahead.
But I will teach you the good and the right way. Only fear Yahweh and serve him in truth with all your heart. For consider how great things he hath done for you. But if ye shall still do wickedly, ye shall be consumed, both ye and your king.
So you want a king so bad, okay, cool. But if you keep doing wickedly, you and your king gonna die. And did the king die? Okay. Go ahead, Tico.
It's just a precept, going back on the point, just you gotta pray. You can't look at the Most High and think that he gonna forget about you just because you made a couple mistakes in the past. Obviously, you're supposed to correct those mistakes, but don't let that get you down. Micah 7:18. Who is a God like unto thee that pardoneth iniquity and passes by the transgression of the remnant of his heritage? He retaineth not his anger forever, because he delighteth in mercy.
Calm, man. So some of us don't want to pray because we know we somewhere on this half-ass Israelite list. So we don't want to pray because we know we be half-assing sometimes, right? We've neglected the church, neglected the scriptures, prayer and fasting for so long that we have no intention on even praying. But Samuel said it was a sin against the Lord if he didn't pray for the people. The half-assed Israelites don't even pray for their own congregation or their leadership. But then you want to complain about your leadership, but still be under that same leadership. That don't make sense. I haven't heard it. I'm just saying I know this happens. You know what I'm saying? I know this happens. If you gonna complain that much, leave. Right? Right.
Yeah, I said,
right.
That's facts on that prayer. I'm gonna have a testimony here shortly for the congregation, but prayer works. I've been praying for some years and it's working.
That's right.
The Most High is starting to answer. Prayer works. No matter what your state, like the brothers were saying, no matter what condition you in, keep praying. Pray fervently with zeal.
That's right.
And do the commandments so that you can be heard.
That's right.
Yeah.
God. Let me get Acts 14-23.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 14 and verse 23. And when they had ordained them elders in every church and had prayed with fasting, they commended them to the Lord on whom they believed. And after they had...
Hold on, read that again.
And when they had ordained them elders in every church and had prayed with fasting, they commended them to the Lord on whom they believe.
Hey, Tico, look up the word commend. And I want definition number 2. So they ordained them elders in every church and prayed and fasted and then commended their leadership to the Lord on whom they believe. Let's get the word commend. Yeah, I'm gonna bring a mouse pad from the crib because that's the worst mouse of all time. We talked about this then. We need to get the mouse track pad, right? Joint's terrible.
It's the word commend. Second definition: present as suitable for approval or acceptance. Recommend.
Okay. Let me see if I got another one. Read that again.
Present as suitable for approval or acceptance. Recommend.
Con. Right. So they're presented as suitable or approval or acceptance. Right? Let me see real quick. Con. So you got another one? Yeah, read that.
To entrust, commit to one's charge.
So now that's the Strong's Concordance, right? That's H3844. I mean G 3908, Salakia. 3908. To entrust or to commit to one's charge. So what am I bringing that out for? They prayed and fasted for their leadership. So they knew that their leadership was suitable for the position and commended them to God. Like these brothers are suitable for that position. Right? Guess what? The half-ass Israelite don't pray for their leadership. When's the last time that you prayed and fasted specifically for the leadership of the congregation? When? Especially you that be complaining. When? When's the last time? Right? I'm not talking about a camp fast either. I'm talking about you yourself. You just like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna fast for the leadership of the camp. I'm gonna fast for the officers, the first officers, the captains, the soldiers. Right? When the last time you did that? Now, ask yourself how many times you did that compared to how many times you've complained about somebody in leadership. Ask yourself that. It will make you want to shut up. It will make you want to shut up. Right? So let's move on. And I think this is my last one. It is. All right. The half-ass Israelite leader. The half-ass Israelite leader. Now I'm talking to you soldiers, officers, first officers, and captains. Right? The half-ass Israelite leader, number one, enables wickedness among the congregation and does not want to judge matters. You see something off going on and you don't say anything. Right? Let me get that in Deuteronomy 16, 18, and 19.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 16, and verse, you said 18?
18 and 19, yep.
Verse 18. Judges and officers shalt thou make thee in all thy gates, which Yahweh thy power giveth thee, throughout thy tribes, and they shall judge the people with just judgment.
Read it from the top again.
Judges and officers shalt thou make thee in all thy gates, which Yahweh thy power giveth thee, throughout thy tribes, and they shall judge the people with just judgment.
So you supposed to judge the people with just judgment. You judges, you officers, captains, first officers, right? Soldiers, right? Because it's a common belief that soldiers ain't a leader. Like, no, brother, you a leader, dog. Like, I don't understand how you even had that thought process, but some brothers keep that thought process because it keeps them from responsibility. But soldiers, y'all are leaders of the body too. Because y'all supposed to be looking after the women, the children, and us. When we going off, you supposed to be like, I've been peeping this right here. Get your spirit right. What we supposed to do? What we gonna do other than say, you know what, I appreciate that. What if your camp leader cannot take correction from the youngest person in the camp? He might not be who you need to be up under. Because who are you not to take correction? Like you not a man. And he's not supposed to say something because you are who you are. Lie. So from soldiers all the way on up, we supposed to judge matters, man. Go ahead.
Verse 19. Thou shalt not rest judgment.
We're not supposed to rest judgment. We're not supposed to keep the judgment from going forth on something that you're doing that's incorrect. We supposed to say something to you, give you a chance to get it right. But if you decide you're not going to get it right, you got to go. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not respect persons.
Even if we friends, even if we brothers, even if we, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it may be, we can't be respected of persons, yo. Your rib get to acting up, yo. Get it right, sweetheart. You don't gotta be mean. But if you don't, I had to learn this. But if you don't, you can't come with me.
That's right.
Until you get it straight.
That's right, bro.
Every Passover, I'm sending out a text, yo. Get your spirit right. We going to Passover. Don't bring this bull stuff with us out here. Whatever it may be, because you might be going through something right before Passover, but it has to be said. Get your spirit together. You know what I'm saying? Or you just can't come around.
That's right.
Hey, Salakia. And as a leader, I say this all the time, but as a leader, you owe it to the people that you're leading to be able to hand out judgment, right? It might hurt your relationship with this person over here, but you're trying to save this relationship with this person over here, and everybody under your care is now hurt because you didn't save them or you didn't stand up for the right cause, right? Let's say somebody's getting done wrong over here, but my homeboy was doing it. Am I going to let my homeboy continue to do somebody wrong, right? When I have somebody that's under my care, under my authority, under my leadership, they dependent on me to stand up and say what's right. But because I got a homeboy, I'm not going to say it to him. Like, man, right? That's what he's talking about by resting judgment and respecting persons.
And your homie ain't your homie if you can't correct him. You a fanboy. That's what you are. To him, you are a fanboy. And you supposed to just go along to get along. And you're not a man if you even allow that to happen. Right? Finish that out. You can start back at 19.
Khan, thou shalt not rest judgment. Thou shalt not respect persons, neither take a gift. For a gift doth blind the eyes of the wise and pervert the words of the righteous.
Come on, man. Right? Read that last part again. About the gift.
For the gift doth blind the eyes of the wise and pervert the words of the righteous.
I've heard a million people or a million stories in the congregation about this brother do this, but he got these resources over here. Or he like that, but he can do this for the camp. I don't care. You could be a millionaire. You know how much we've done with no donations? Nothing. You know how much we've done with nothing? Do you think we care about you having a little bit of money? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Right? I'm going to go out on the whim and say this. Your favorite Israelite teachers are not as spiritual as you think. They not. And when I say they, I'm talking about us too. Like, we be having our moments. You know what I'm saying? All of us do, because we men. Like, we humans. Like, we mess up. Right? But brothers don't be fasting like they supposed to. Brothers don't be praying like they supposed to. Brothers don't be studying like they supposed to. But in Israel, if you good with words or you charismatic, it's just like the Christian church. The pastor becomes the Bible.
Right.
And in Israel, your following determines how holy you are. Right? But half Israelite leaders are hypocrites. Half Israelite leaders do not self-examine, nor do they take correction from anybody else. I made a post the other day. I said, celebrity Hebrews don't take correction from us normal Hebrews because we don't got enough views. So our knowledge of the Bible or our 2020 vision isn't 2020 because who are we to listen to them? They only got 21 people on their live. Right? But what does the scripture say about what leads to destruction? Broad is the way. It could be, you could have all the members in the world. Or they can have all the members in the world. You like, you know what? I want to join them brothers. And they going right into a ditch. Because they leader blind. You know what I'm saying? So the wicked Israelite leader is a bad leader. He a half-ass Israelite for a leader is a terrible leader. They want to be liked. They want to rest judgment. They have respect of persons on who they're gonna correct and who they're not gonna correct. And this is a terrible leader, right? And the reason why I brought that out is because I caught myself starting to enable brothers. I caught myself starting to turn a blind eye to BS. And then when you start to say something, you're gonna start seeing the changes. You're gonna start seeing the changes. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. So, in closing, right? Ask yourself, do you fit any of these characteristics? All right, if you do, any of them, it was like 10 on. That was crazy. That's a spirit, because I was just typing. That's crazy, right? Con, I will. Let's go back through the list. You got it? All right, cool. Bring it out. All right, cool. I got you. I got you. All right, cool. So, first characteristic, right? They're negligent. Second, they're selfish. Third, they do nothing and expect everything. They're quick. The other one is they're quick to give and quick to take and slow to give. The next one, they do not care about gathering. Next one, they're lazy. Let's see. They have no faith. Nah. It was. They don't care about the gathering. Yeah, kind.
No, I would say they just neglect the gathering.
Yeah. I will put them in two different categories, though. Yeah, put them in two different categories. The next one after having no faith, they do not study, pray, nor fast, nor do they want to. And then the last one was the characteristics of an Israelite, a half-ass Israelite leader, right? And a couple things under that, which is enabling wickedness, slow to rest in judgment, respect of persons, and I also added that they don't fast or pray for the congregation, right? But I'm just adding that in as a caveat, right? So once again, ask yourself if you fit any of these characteristics. If you do, you need to check yourself, check your spirit. All of us need to do that, right? A half-ass Israelite will drain the battery of the people around them. And I'm gonna go ahead and say this publicly. We have a lot of half-ass Israelites around us, which will stop. All right, it will stop. Ask yourself, how often do I volunteer without being asked to do something in the congregation or for the school? How often for the people in the school, how often do we make sure the place is clean? Right? How often do we make sure we have everything we need inside the school? Right? How often do we make verses of the days to make sure we got verses of the days lined up for brothers to drop on YouTube? Because a lot of people say they love them verses of the days, but brothers don't be trying to make them because they don't think it's important. Right? It is what it is. Right? Let's see. How many brothers are regularly doing flyer missions? Not too many, but brothers ready to drop some knowledge on a novice when they have the opportunity, right? These types of people will not be around us long. If you're a soldier in the camp, you're going to make the work of the Lord a priority. We know life goes on, but we not about to keep going with the excuses that brothers be giving all the time. I can't do this because of that. I can't do that because of this. If life is that much, we're going to let you experience life, and we're going to keep going. But you're not going to be connected to us while we do it. Right? Bring it out.
It's the book of Luke, chapter 12 and verse 48.
Mm-hmm.
But he that knew not and did commit things worthy of stripes shall be beaten with few stripes. For unto whomsoever much is given, of him shall be much required. And to whom men have committed much, of him they will ask the more. The point is, for unto whomsoever much is given, of him shall be much required. We got to understand when we given this truth, we given this duty to be teachers and leaders in a camp, or whether you just a teacher and a leader by yourself, whatever way you're doing the work of the Lord, when we given this truth and given the ability to do that, we got to take responsibility for it. You know what I'm saying? It's much required from us. We got a lot of work to do. So when brothers come into the truth, you can't have that mindset of, I'm gonna just join a camp. You know, that's just gonna be that. You got to do some work. You got to really put in work and endure to the end.
Hey, that's right. That's right. Hey, I wanted to add this too, right? The way a healthy body works is you have red blood cells and you have I guess you got red and white blood cells, right? Now these blood cells have a job. And when you get a disease or you get a sickness in your body, your blood cells actually fight against. This is your immune system working. It fights against the disease. So the way that we're going to get rid of slothful brothers, the way that we're going to get rid of half-ass Israelite brothers is the good brothers in the camp are going to be the immune system. The good sisters in the camp going to be the immune system. Whenever somebody come with that spirit, you shutting it down immediately. Yo, what's that spirit you coming with? Why you got that spirit? Right? Did you pray for the brother? Did you talk to the sister? Right? And you killing it right there. And then we're going to keep it moving. And over time, over the process of time, those people not going to be comfortable coming on because they know they can't get away with it. Right? So I just wanted to say that. Go ahead.
Okay, calm. Right. People can't, people have to be, my mama wanted me to put this on the shirt for her, and I'm going to do it because I keep forgetting. Right? I said something to her in a conversation one time, and I made this a baseball analogy before, but what I said to my mama, I said, it's not my job to stop being me to make you comfortable. If you're uncomfortable being around me, that's something within your spirit that you're not comfortable with, because I ain't not comfortable being around nobody. There's nobody on this earth that I'll just be like, no, there's nobody on earth that I'm going to be like that for, because like, for what? I'm comfortable in my skin. So if you uncomfortable around brothers doing the work, it's because you not prepared to, or wanting to do the work. Some brothers want to be able to say, I'm with these brothers, and the other type of brother is the brother or sister who wants to say, who uses these brothers and sisters in the congregation for a come up. So instead of them seeing brothers and sisters, they see $10, $20, $15. That's what they see. That's what they see, right? They don't see a brother and a sister who we trying to build the kingdom with. They don't see that. They see dollar signs, right? Because when stuff like this happens that matter, they're not here. But let me open up the school to sell something. They're going to be here. They're going to have zeets from the window to the wall. You can buy them joints for $60. Pharisee fringes, we got them. They're going to have all the t-shirts. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have all the wrist wraps and all the jewelry. They're going to have all of that. They're going to have the boxes you can put on your forehead. They're going to have all of that. But when it's time to do something that comes with feeding the spirit, that's not popular. That's why in church, we like the music part, and a lot of people walk out a lot around the time when the pastor's speaking. I was one of them. I promise you, I will play the drums, especially when I came into the truth and it was wrestling with my spirit. I'm playing them drums. I'm outside until I hear him not yelling no more. And then I'm coming back inside because I know it's time for me to play again. And that's how a lot of it is with Israel. The thing that I like to do, I'm there for that. If it's time to go debate somebody and yell at some people on the corner and confound people, I'm there for that. If it's time to sell something, I'm there for that. If there's going to be some single brothers or some single sisters out there, I'm there for that. But when it's time to feed our spirit, a whole bunch of empty seats, man. I ain't got no time for that. Right. Or I might not be, you don't told them about the time to feed their spirit 6 months in advance. They can't be there. I ain't gonna be there. I don't know. Come on, man. You got somebody want? Right. I ran out of sick days. But the majority of your sick days was going to the beach. Because we find time to do what we want to do. Right? So once again, if you're going to be a soldier in this camp, you're going to put the work of the Lord serious, or you're going to find yourself not in the camp anymore. If you are a person that's thinking about prospecting with us, and you're not trying to do the work of the Lord, you're going to find yourself not with us anymore. Point blank, period. You have no more options. You're going to help. We're going to see your face on feast days. We're going to see your face on the Shabbat. We're going to see your face on the new moons and at other gatherings. When we do community events, we're going to see you there. Or you're not going to be in the body no more. And we will take 4 or 5 brothers and we will do the work of the Lord with them 4 or 5 brothers because it's going to feel better. Right? So we're not just talking about finances. We need your help financially too. You're going to help there too. Because we got a lot of stuff that we doing and we building. Right? But we need your hands to the plow. Right? Some people come around, you never see their name on a donation, but they will pop up at a feast and they will eat and leave. No more. You can't come. You cannot come. Right? We got to see your face. You're not going to be able to keep saying, I'm in the congregation, I'm in the camp, I'm with these brothers here. Put your t-shirt on Facebook for everybody to see, but we never see you. That you're going to be gone. Right? It goes for men, women, children. You're going to everybody's going to respect leadership, or you can't come around. You can't come around. Point blank, period. Just like we was in the church, right? In church, you made sure you was there every Sunday. There's people in the truth that I know for a fact was in church front and center. They would not dare walk in while the daggone sermon was going on. They wouldn't dare walk in after praise and worship started because they had more respect. They made sure their tithes and offerings was in when that plate went around. We don't push tithes like that, like or alms. We don't really push it like that. We ask if you give it, you give it. We don't. Guess what? The captains and the officers will get together on the call. We need to do this. How can we do it? Boom, and we get it done. Right? The first pastor we had as a camp, who paid for the building? We did. Right then and there. We're not asking nobody for nothing. Boom, we all gonna put this in. Here we go. We got the building. And that's how we do everything. So we don't need your donations, but we once again, we don't push it like that, so you don't even think to donate. Your brother's just supposed to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like we all got bills. Like what you mean, right? So those things are not going to be able to know. You was volunteering at the church yard sale event. You was volunteering for Vacation Bible School. You come into the truth. Oh, I don't gotta give tithes no more, and I don't gotta be front and center no more. The church will put you out for not giving tithes. Guess what? We'll put you out for not doing the work. Because we don't know what spirit you be dealing with outside the doors, and we never see you, and you could just pop up whenever you want. No. No. So with that being said, you might just be a half-ass Israelite. With all those characteristics, you might be a half-ass Israelite. And with messages like this, you can expect for our numbers to drop as a body. We might have less people coming to the prospect phase, less people watch our classes, but that is totally fine, and we're cool with it. But once we notice that you don't help, you don't show up, you don't reach out, nothing, you don't even watch class, we know where you stand, and you can stand over there. We're going to keep going because, people say, oh, I do my own thing on the Shabbat. Let's just be real. No, you don't. No, you don't. You by yourself, I'm not saying nobody does, but let's just be real. At your house, because that's who you are. Right? So with that being said, you're going to see us get more tight-knit as a congregation. And we're not just going to allow people just come in, oh, you coming to the school for New Moon? I ain't seen you since 2022. Hey, brother. Hey, come to class on the Shabbat. Let me see you on the YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't know what you're dealing with out there. Now, the Most High is going to give us discernment. So we're going to know when to do that and when not to. But you know what I'm saying? We don't know what spirits you dealing with. You bringing it into the congregation. We got to start taking attendance. It's all right here. And everybody who's always in attendance is here right now. And the people who ain't are not. With the exception of Brother Brown.
Right.
Right? So no, you can't get into the prospect phase if I don't see you here. Because you're telling me to be retarded and to think that when you get a shirt, you're going to change. No, you can't be in the camp. No, you can't. Go ahead.
Hey, and not to prolong that point, but it's just so many good points that you're touching on, right?
That's right.
What sports team recruits somebody onto a professional sports team before they see the proof of what you are.
That's right.
Never happens.
Other than the Cowboys.
And we supposed to, but we, and we supposed to be the tip top. We supposed to be the professional teams of teaching the Bible.
That's right.
Right. The children of Israel are supposed to be the professional teams of teaching the Bible. The prospect phase is us going out and looking at new prospects and saying, this brother here will be faithful to lead our nation into the kingdom.
And that's a good point. Because let me ask you something. Outside the Cowboys, which one of these teams just say, you know what, y'all all can come? Or they be like, yo, he's good for the team. He got some work to do. He need to stay in the G League for a little bit. He could get pulled up. That brother, he's just not good for the team morale at all. And we got to start being more picky. We got to start being more picky. I see this brother BSing. He don't do everything he's supposed to do. He here some days he's not. Why is he in the camp?
Yeah.
No, like we gonna change you. You a grown man.
They did that to LeBron's son.
Yo.
They critiqued the heck out of him. It's like, nah, he ain't ready.
No, he ain't ready. Come
Yeah,
on, man.
that's what they said.
Come on. Right? So with that being said, the reason why we have to be more tight-knit and not just open the doors completely to everybody is because we give way to a lot of lazy spirits and half-ass spirits, and those spirits are contagious. So it's our job as leaders to identify that within ourselves and within the congregation and get those people up out of here. You can't be here no more. No, you can't come around. No, you can't sell nothing. No, you can't come to the feast day and get a plate. No, you can't come to class after the class is over and get a plate and go home. This is not a buffet. Go eat at your mama house. Right? Because that should be happening. It's lucky for my language, but that be happening. So what that mean? What does that mean? That's how we move strong as a unit. What we got right here, this is the unit. This is it. Don't look nowhere else for the unit. This is the unit, and we gotta work as a unit to build what we want to build. And what's gonna happen is people gonna come in. You know what I'm saying? People, brothers gonna get wives and stuff like that. She gonna come in on point. You know what I'm saying? Kakaria might bring a little girl up in here with her head on straight, with her head wrapped tight. I ain't ready for you to do that yet. I ain't even gonna hold you. You too young. Now you ain't. You know what I'm saying? But the people that we bring in, because we on point, they gonna know. Hey, yo, when we around them, ain't no acting like that. Ain't no acting like that when we around them. Right? That's right. That's what you got to do. Right. Right. Because, hey, you got to understand, bro, when we was in school, we always wanted to follow the cool crowd because that's what the majority was doing. We got to make the majority be acting in righteousness. And anybody who's outside, like he said, is either going to be uncomfortable. They're going to be uncomfortable regardless. They're going to be so uncomfortable that they're going to just depart, or they're going to be so uncomfortable they have to follow suit. One of the two. And if that means it's 50 people, then we got 50 people. If that means it's 4 people, then we got 4 people. And we're going to let the Most High give the increase. Right? So we got to stop being lukewarm and treating the Most High like he's an option that fits around your life, because you're going to get spit out being lukewarm like that. Right? So with the last precept, 2 Corinthians 13:5. And then we're gonna wrap it up.
Con, this is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 5.
Hey, and after this, if anybody in the chat has a question, we're gonna do a 30-minute Q&A. If not, we're gonna wrap it up. If anybody in the crowd has a question, we got a mic for you. Yep. And we will do a quick Q&A before we get off this joint, man. Hopefully the class was edifying. Go ahead, Art.
Con, this is the book of 2 Corinthians 13 and 5. Examine yourselves, whether you be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves, how that Hamashiach Yahushua is in you, except you be reprobates?
So you got to examine yourself, man, to see if you in the faith, right? To see if you doing what you supposed to do. You got to prove yourself. Quit letting people speak for you like, oh, this brother in the spirit. This brother, and you know you not. You know what I'm saying? This brother mighty, and you know you not.
Right.
This brother, man, he got all the wisdom of the scriptures, and you know you don't study. Prove yourself. Because some people are so much of yes men and yes women and do boys and do girls, they will say something about you that you don't even deserve. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And that leads to that celebrity spirit, right? But we got to examine ourselves, man. Don't you know your own self? You know if you being lazy. I ain't go to the gym this week, bro. I've been mad as hell because that ain't the direction I'm going.
Right.
I had to work this week. I had to really, you know what I'm saying, sun up to sundown. I had to be on some other type of time working. But the other type of time I'm trying to be on is fitness. You know what I'm saying? You got to know yourself. Like, I can't stay away from that gym for too long because what's going to happen is they going to be taking automatic drafts out my account for nothing because I'm not going to be there. I know me. Man, Planet Fitness took so many daggone drafts out my account. They was like, bro, we tired of making money off you. You got it. Go ahead. They let me go. And I had money in my account. But I know myself. Bring it out. Get your mic.
It's a precept. I'm about to just look it up so I can get to it real quick. It's a book of Sirach, chapter 30. Oh yeah, 37. And verse 27.
Uh-huh.
Okay, it reads, "My son, prove thy soul in thy life, and see what is evil for it, and give not that unto it." So this goes on to the point of having to examine yourself and really like prove your own spirit. Because a lot of brothers, sisters, they come into the truth and they try to, like we brought up earlier, try to mimic the walk of somebody else they seen, or try to do things that they feel, you know what I'm saying, they should be able to do as an Israelite. But not everything is good for you, feel me? You got to be able to, discern what's good for you, what's bad for you. And like the scripture says, don't give your spirit nothing evil.
That's right. That's an excellent precept to end it off with. My son, prove thy soul and thy life and see what is evil for it and give not that unto it. And you got to see that the direction that you going, breaking the commandments, making an excuse for breaking the commandments, putting the Most High on the back burner, that's evil for your life. Because the end is going to be worse than what it was in the beginning. Right? So with that, I hope the class was edifying, as edifying to y'all as it was to me. And all praise to the Most High, man. We'll do this Q&A, and I yield.
All praise. All right, all praise to the Most High. We're going to check the chat real quick, see if we have any questions. Do we have any questions in the crowd? Anybody want to get up, stretch, crack your knees? You know what I'm saying? Whatever you got to do. All right? Anybody with a question? Anybody with a question? So I'm going to ask y'all a question then. I'm going to start with the kids. All right? The kids are always a good conversation point. Quick question. Right? We can start with Madison, then KK can answer if she wants to, and then Asia can answer. All right? Azaria, like, why we got to start right here? All right, go ahead. So this is the question I got for you, Madison. Right? What nation of people do you come from?
The Israelite.
Okay, all praises. That's good. Okay, so next question for KK then, right? So the Israelites, what's a follow-up question for that? Good follow-up question. Okay, so I don't know what you're saying. Okay, yeah, I like that. So tell me this: how many tribes are in the children of Israel? And as she's thinking about that, right? As she's thinking about that, y'all find a precept that demonstrates that. What I'm asking. Give us a precept. Yeah, y'all thought y'all was just gonna come to class today. Look at you.
Yeah, with white tees on fresh. You gonna work.
Right. Not gonna be no half-ass Israelite here.
Right.
Right. It's not as hard as you think. How about this? Asia, you gonna help? Help him out. Y'all supposed to be a team. Help him out.
12.
Okay, all praises.
We're gonna get there.
It's all good. We getting there, right? We getting there. So she got the answer. She said 12. Now we got the young men over here. They searching for a precept that demonstrates where the 12 tribe or that tells us how many tribes there are. Or you can find one that lists their names off. Go ahead.
I'm trying to think of a question for your daughter.
All right. Yeah, you ain't getting away.
I
know y'all got that precept. Come on now. You got it? All right, go ahead. You need the mic.
Yeah, walk over there, get the mic from your sister.
There you go. And read it loud so the people can hear you.
Okay. I have Genesis 49 and 28.
Bring
And
it
it
out.
says, all these are the 12 tribes of Israel. And this is it that their father spake unto them and blessed everyone. And blessed them, everyone according to his blessing, he blessed them.
Okay. Read that one more time. I thought I was talking to Judah.
It says, all these are the 12 tribes of Israel. And this is it that their father spake unto them and blessed them, everyone according to his blessing, he blessed them.
Okay. All praises. I like it.
Give him the mic.
In the same chapter, it lists off all the before verse 28, it lists off all the tribes.
Okay.
So I'm saying, like,
does that count?
Yeah,
Yeah,
if you were to
kinda.
cite that, you would have to cite the whole chapter basically. But yeah,
Yeah.
that would still count.
Okay, con.
Good job.
All right. Your turn.
I can still look.
Yeah, if you got one. All right. Yeah. Give me a passage of scripture that you've been studying this week.
Somebody got the Jeopardy music. What the Jeopardy music?
Right.
Well,
It's actually on the stream, y'all, somewhere. Unless they deleted it.
All right, she's looking for her notes.
Con.
Very intense. Then I'm gonna ask y'all another question to follow up on Madison's question, right? And if we have, once again, we'll take that. We'll finish up with what we're doing here.
I don't have a question, but I've been learning how to, like,
Give her the mic, please. Yep.
I don't really have a question. I don't
No, it's all good.
but I've been learning how to do, like, precepts.
Okay, all
So,
praises.
Learning that. So yeah, all praises.
Hey, that's good. So
all
sister says she learning how to do precepts. Give her a hand, man. All praise to the Most High. Right? All right, you got your verse?
Yes. It was Romans 15, verse 13 and 14.
Let's read it.
Let's read it.
You said Romans what?
It was,
Say it again.
Chapter 15 and verse 13. We'll just read verse 13.
Okay,
Con.
Romans chapter 15 and verse 13.
And it reads, now the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace in believing that ye may abound in hope through the power of the Holy Spirit.
Con, all praises. So what does that mean? Let us understand what that means.
Let me read it again.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead.
Romans chapter 15 and verse 13. Now the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace in believing that ye may abound in hope through the power of the Holy Spirit.
So it means that the Most High fills you up with joy and peace.
Con.
Okay, that's good.
Con.
All praises.
All praises.
Good job. Good job. Okay, now I'm gonna ask y'all a follow-up question. Oh, you had a comment. Then I'm gonna ask y'all the last question, and we're gonna wrap it up. Let's pass the mic over here. Right? Give it. Yep. Brother Caleb back there in the back corner. All right. You gotta go ahead.
Test it.
Right.
My verse is Exodus 1 through Exodus chapter 1 through verse 5. It says, now these are the names of the children of Israel which came into Egypt. Every man in his household came with Jacob. Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, and Benjamin, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, and Asher. And all the souls that came out of the loins of Jacob were 70 souls, for Jacob was in Egypt already.
Well, Joseph was in Egypt already. Yes, good job. That was
Con,
good.
Con. Hey, watch it. I got a question for Kakari.
Okay.
What does the word presbytery mean?
Okay, so earlier, but well, we read it, but it says it was a it was basically like a body of the churches. It was talking about the elders and the ministers.
There we go. Okay, all praises.
Okay, all praises. And what verse? And what verse did it come from?
It
Bonus.
came from it came from 1 Timothy 4:14.
That's right.
Okay,
All praises. All praises. All praises.
All right, this is my follow-up question. How do we know that we are the children of Israel? Right?
She got it.
She got okay. And y'all go ahead and flip to the verse if you know it. Flip to the verse if you know it.
Wait.
How do we determine? What do we use to determine? Hey, I'm one of the children of Israel. This Bible is about me.
We came from God, and also we are one of the God's people.
Okay, yes. So we are God's people. We are God's people. That's a good job. But let me ask you this, because the Christian church says that everybody's God's people.
Right.
So how do we know that we specifically are God's people? And what chapter of the Bible can I go to prove that, where is no questions to be asked? One of y'all. Go ahead. Get the mic. There you go. This is the last question. It's a good one, though. All right, brothers.
The chapter is Deuteronomy 28.
Okay. Deuteronomy 28. Good job. And what verse would you go to prove that this is where we would go to understand who the children of Israel are?
You will go to Deuteronomy 28 and 46.
Okay, let's get it.
That's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
Well, you can start at verse 45, but 46 also covers that the curses are going to be a sign where you can see how the children of Israel are affected by the curse. But yeah.
Okay, that's right. All praises. So what he's saying is chapter 28 is a sign, like Judah always says. What do we use signs for? Y'all know what we use signs for, right? If you want to find a McDonald's, you look for the big sign, right? So the Bible is giving you the signs of how to understand who the people of God are. And these signs are in the forms of curses, right? And Judah, he breaks this down. So I'm going to let him break this down. He breaks it down real plain. Go ahead.
The sign?
You see, I just threw that.
I don't even remember how I did it now.
Yeah. You be talking about like the sign, like you be like, yo, you see this sign right here?
It's a landmark.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It teaches you where you are. So if you are up under these curses, and not you personally, but if you see you and all of your people are under these curses, it's a sign as to who you are in the Bible. So like Jeremiah 17:4 always says, we will discontinue from our heritage. This is what the sign is for, because we forgot who we are. So we just thought that we were just under these circumstances just because that's how the cookie crumbled, and that's the dice we was, that's how the dice roll, or the card we was dealt. Like ours, because those are the signs that we were under the curses of Deuteronomy 28, that we are the children of the Most High God.
That's right. So all praise to the Most High. So y'all's homework, all the kids this week is your job to read through Deuteronomy 28 and start at verse 15 and start reading down, right? And what that's going to do is it's going to show you that not only is this Bible about you, but it's very specific, and it can't be about nobody else. Yep. Deuteronomy chapter 28, starting at 15 on down. Go ahead. What you got?
Where's the mic at?
Yeah, pass it the mic, and then we're going to wrap it up. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, one time I read some of Deuteronomy by myself, but
that's good. And now this week you got to read chapter 28. All right. So all praises. That's a good job.
Thanks.
Yep. That's smart. That's a good idea. And actually, what we may start doing, another thing, this is just a side note, but another thing we may start doing is getting like worksheets and stuff too.
Right.
So that they can be following along with whatever. If you're going over whatever you're going with, all the words that you're going over, we can have them printed out. You know what I'm saying? So all praise to the Most High, man. We appreciate y'all joining. Beautiful class. We're going to catch y'all next week, man.
All right. Hey, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, all praises. I want to give a shout out to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Thanks, glory be to God for allowing all the beautiful people to come to the Shabbat class. I pray and hope that everyone was edified as I was. It was a great class. Great class, brother.
All right, so we're going to wrap it up with the book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 18. And it reads, "But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever." By Shema Mashiach Yahushua. All right, man. Hey.
This is not. This is not a test.
Black skin, black sauce, black Jesus, black music, 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 black music, black music, black music, black